6:29. And now it takes this whole setting up your live stream, and I never know when it starts. So I just sometimes talk. I think Hank froze, though. He's like getting out of his car, and he's frozen. What a bummer. He'll be back. Here we go. We're live right now. Already live. And I didn't cough before I went live, which is bad.
You see that? Like, holy fuck. Are you kidding me?
What the heck?
That's impressive.
Pin.
It's really slow moving. Easy to keep it running.
Sideways.
Yeah, you're sideways right now, Hank.
Happens to me every time.
Oh, yeah, the phone's doing that thing.
Every time it kicks me
There it
out,
goes. There it goes. Is it going to produce again?
And then the lightning's back that way.
It's definitely got a couplet on radar right now.
I gotta let you go because I gotta get a little footage, eh? All right.
Yep. Check back in when it's safe.
Yeah, Hank.
There goes Hank Vliestra, who's not the special guest tonight. Graham Blair Christensen is a special guest. And remove pin, there we go. Graham's the special guest, but just so happens that Hank just caught a tornado out there by Reward, Saskatchewan. That's your reward for going near Denzel and Reward, Saskatchewan. We'll play you the radar. I meant to be making the post to every, I'm behind tonight, but it's such a special show because we got 250 episodes today, as of today.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations for being number 250, Graham. And the rule of the show is when a new person comes in, they get a feature episode. So tonight we're featuring Laramidia, Graham. And at the end of the show, we're like, Frankie, can he join the crew? And he'll say yes, because he always does. But that's how we make it official. And then anytime you feel like coming on, you don't have to like ever warn me. No one does. I never know who's going to come from the group chat. It's just whoever shows up whenever they want. Sometimes it's really random, like that just was.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
And
nice
then
to get live chasing from the field.
Yeah, well, we try to prioritize that too. It's like if someone pops on and they're in the middle of a chase, it's like, okay, whatever anyone's talking about, shut up for a minute. His buddy might only have 3 minutes or. So yeah, Hanky, Brandon and I were live streaming with him last year, not on this regular podcast, and he had a lightning strike really close, and he had a really close one last week too. We were talking about. So
I
Graham,
was just there. I was just in that same spot. I was in that exact same spot the lightning happened.
yeah, that's the other night I was up on top of the mountain here where I got struck last year, and in the exact same spot with the kids there again. It's like, I
Holy
promise I won't
shit.
get hit by lightning this time, kids.
And you did.
I didn't. No.
Yeah.
Which would have been better because if I had, because it was boring. Nothing happened.
No, Kenny.
Yeah. So, Graham, I'm going to give it to you for a minute because this isn't the show, but it's the show. Like, we're live, but we're not recording for radio. So there's like even less rules than our no rules show. But talk to us a little bit about Laramidia and chasing with your son, which is the thing that caught my eye first about you. Is like, I like that guy right away. I just like, and then I seen people were like trash talking you for bringing your kid out, and I just wanted to jump through the screen and strangle them. I'm like,
Well, I mean, I don't usually engage with them, but sometimes other people engage with them, and I think honestly, like the fighting in the comments just generates more views, and my Facebook's monetized, so like, you know what? Let them argue, and I get paid for it. So fine by me.
yeah, I get it. I totally get it. I'm all for letting the trolls raise. In fact, sometimes when someone's trolling me hard, I'll like tell them like, "You're just making me money. Keep talking. Thanks for your help." Some of those guys, like your algorithm goes from 0 to 100 over the course of half an hour because they're shooting their mouth off so much.
Yep.
Tell us about Jason. Tell us when you started. Tell us about you. Tell us.
Yeah, well, I kind of started when I was about 10, 11 years old when Twister came out in 96. I'd always been fascinated by storms and looking out my window as a kid every time a storm came by. But yeah, when Twister came out, I was like, wow, you can actually like forecast and chase tornadoes. I want to do that. And so I didn't
We're
have a
all so
vehicle at the
alike.
time. I wasn't allowed to drive, being 11. So I did the next best thing. I took my bicycle out and went chasing on my bicycle, which didn't go too well. But yeah, because I ended up going up the highway just out of Vegreville one time where I grew up, just east of Edmonton, and there was a big storm coming in, and just bicycled out in front of it, and then I got hit by strong winds and hail, and I was like crouched in the ditch. But you do what you can when you're passionate about chasing. You do it whatever way you can, and I even remember making myself a little tornado probe. I had one of those old those science kits. You get those kids science kits, and they come with like the little plastic anemometer and thermometer and stuff. And so I took all that stuff and nailed it to a block of wood and put it in the basket of my bicycle, and I go out cycling after a storm with this monstrosity. So yeah, really really wanted to chase since I was a kid.
Fill your
But
basket
then,
with sensors in case your bike gets sucked into the nadir.
yep. Hey, Mark's here. Hi, Mark.
Hey,
Hello, Graham.
this is meteorologist Mark Engels, everybody.
Good to
Graham,
meet
I'm
you.
sorry to say that I read nothing, so I have no idea who you are. So tell me who you are.
That's exactly why I
That's
did the intro. Mark's
just
just
what
been
I'm
moving
doing
this
now.
week.
Yeah,
You have
yeah. It
to
was
tell Mark again.
just tell the story of storm chasing by bicycle when I was 11.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. And but then, storm chasing kind of took a back seat. I got really into paleontology and geology and did more pursuing of that. But, I'd always been curious about storms and watching them go by, but never really was chasing until my son here, Tatum, he was about 3, 4 years old. And sometimes thunderstorms would come by the valley here in Drumheller where we're living now. And I started just getting in my car and going out chasing after thunderstorms. I thought this is a lot of fun. I should get into storm chasing. I thought, I've always wanted to see a tornado. I've never seen a tornado. Um, so I decided I really wanted to do that. So over the winter of 2019, 2020, I watched all the forecasting videos and ordered forecasting textbooks online and learned as much as I could about supercells and tornadoes and how to forecast. And so yeah, I really started dedicated chasing in 2020. Got some supercells, didn't get a tornado that year, got some funnels. And then
You've been chasing for
2021, that
6 years,
yeah,
and you got that kind of footage already? Like, we're all jealous, man.
yeah, I mean, I lucked out on Didsbury. That was, my dad likes to say that I have horseshoes where they don't belong.
Yeah.
So do
But yeah,
you do
that was only my
geology
second
and
tornado.
do you do geology and paleontology as your job?
Did you hear this, Mark?
Uh,
This guy is like us. Mark's
Well, what does
also
that
a
mean?
geologist.
I
Oh,
am.
really?
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Sort of. I actually I run my own business, Laramidia Tours. So I give tours both hiking in the Badlands, showing off the geology and paleontology, and then I also give storm chasing tours. So kind of
Nice.
do both. Yeah.
Well, I know what I'm going to ask you about in the main show.
Yeah.
Already getting those questions together. Yeah. So
Wait.
like Mark's also a geologist, and I've been a prospector off and on. I've done prospecting jobs and worked in mining off and on in my life, and I'm also fighting a mine here, coincidentally. So
Fighting.
who will not hire me ever? It's 'cause, yeah, because I've been
Yeah.
fighting them for a long time.
But yeah, I'm passionate about rocks and fossils, and got a little collection that I bring out. Hey, since you guys are into rocks, I gotta show something off here. One sec.
Yes, please.
You guys will
Yeah.
love this.
This is great.
This was my lucky Facebook Marketplace acquisition. Like my dad says,
Nice.
horseshoes. Check this out. See if you recognize what this is, Mark. Look at this beauty.
Oh, it's not clear enough.
No?
No. I mean, it kind of
I feel like see, it's coming through to me and it looks like basalt, but I know that it's not. So
Yeah. The black outside will trick you.
Yeah, well, it's only black on the very outside. It's not black where it's broken open on the inside. That's a clue.
Yeah.
oh, I don't know anything about this. Tell me.
It's got some kind of a quartzite feature, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you tell.
Okay, so this is a meteorite.
Whoa!
More specifically, this is the Bruderheim meteorite. 980 grams of the Bruderheim meteorite with fusion crust.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Whoa! Now I'm googling.
And we got
Hang
it on Facebook Marketplace for $200.
You're killing me.
I don't
That's
even
a
want to tell you what it's worth.
steal.
But yeah, so the Bruderheim meteorite, L6 chondrite, is the largest recorded meteorite fall in Canada. It fell in 1960 near Edmonton, near the town of Bruderheim. So yeah, beautiful fusion crusted piece. It's an ordinary chondrite, so it's made of a hodgepodge of different minerals all glommed together from the early solar system, and dates back 4.6 billion years to the origin of the solar system.
So I'm gonna claim that that's why I don't know what it is, because that's astronomy, not geology.
Oh, true. Yeah, I guess geology is, if you define it as Earth, pieces of the Earth. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Oh, Joey's got a kid in the background too now.
Yeah, Willow wants to show off.
Akelia, come here.
No, I don't.
Yeah, now we
All
got
right,
the
here we
kids
go.
in.
Here's
Yeah,
my
let's get all the
kid.
kids in here.
Now all the kids. There's all the family show.
It's here.
It's bring your kid to the radio show night.
And
Yeah.
Justin Ortel just showed up, and his kid's in the background too.
There we go.
Oh, hi, Justin.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Say hi.
Hey,
Good.
Jasper.
Hi.
Doing a barbecue.
Oh, bud.
Oh, we
Nice.
just grilled here too.
It's blurry because I got the stupid filter on, but you get the point.
It's burgers on a grill.
Here's
Maybe
me.
some hot dogs.
Hi.
Man, so much going on this week. So
Yeah.
Tank just got a tornado. Mark, I don't know if you
Lucky
caught that in the chat.
Man.
What?
Yeah,
Yep.
he's on it right now. He's like, I gotta go film this. He'll be back.
I gotta say, it almost looks like the Eli one. Just the shape. This little cone.
Mm.
No, not towards me. My daughter's spraying irrigation water.
Oh, I
around.
see. I thought you said no, it doesn't look like that tornado. I was gonna be like, what?
I forgot to mute myself, but I don't want her spraying my laptop.
The kind of like a ropey sort of bottom of it. I like it's like just how thin it gets. It was just this tiny little ropey tornado. I got pics from him so far, but I don't have video of the tornado itself. But I'm sure at some point Hank's gonna show up here and be like, "Look at." In fact, I'll have a look at radar right now. Oh, it's got a broad rotation. It's got really broad rotation. I don't know if it's gonna produce again. It's not looking like as sexy as it was. If I were him, I'd go running down towards major.
Yeah.
Try to catch it at the bottom here. At major.
And everybody south on the south target busted, basically. They got a shelf cloud, but I wasn't driving today 8 hours round trip for a shelf cloud.
I think Jenny got one today, though.
She did over by Kindersley. That's more southwest corner. Everybody around Regina seems like a bust for them today.
Lose land. Huh. Yeah, I might, if I was in Hank's position right now, consider abandoning reward and heading on down the line a little bit.
Don't go to lose land. No tornadoes there. You lose if you go there.
Yeah, but if you go a bit further south, it's superb, and there's major action over here.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
Yeah, that's funny. I think that's so. There's another one. Oh, that's in Nebraska. Who cares? Oh, sorry. I forgot. There's an American.
Where in Nebraska?
Where there's a major storm. But if you go to Louisville, you lose.
There you go.
Exactly.
Trenton. Yeah, it's in off the Goodland, Kansas. Here comes Brandon Hauk now off the Goodland, Kansas radar there. Looks like the storm is sort of going to move sort of south of Palisade, maybe. The bulk of it.
Mm.
That's what's going on. I didn't even prepare too much for screens and graphics. So I just felt like we had so much stuff to show tonight as it was. Like we're really cranking for awesome footage. Like there's this that Justin sent, for example. And what's going on here, Justin?
Well,
Yeah,
some
the,
figures.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, yeah, filmed that this afternoon along 18th Street in Brandon. Some heavy equipment filling up the rock truck there with dirt to plug up Grand Valley Road. It's right beside the Assiniboine River in Brandon, where we're expecting a pretty good surge of water from all the flooding up in western Manitoba. So they're thinking it's going to go over that Grand Valley Road. So they want to keep 18th Street open. So in order to do that and stop the water from going on the road, they got to plug it up. And that happened in 2011, was like deemed the flood of the century in Manitoba, in the Brandon area. And then 2014, again, somebody reminded me that that road had to be plugged then as well. So seems to be more frequent over the last decade or two.
It's almost like things are changing.
That's funny, and
dike's there.
It's true, but Brandon was built on a floodplain, so probably not the best place to build.
Most of these towns were, because they didn't actually one of the reasons why the old world, in air quotes, doesn't experience a lot of these disasters in their major cities. And I know Brandon's not maybe it's major for Manitoba, but I know Brandon's not a major city. But the reason why is because over thousands of years, the cities that were built in the bad spots were abandoned when they were repeatedly flooded or earthquaked or whatever. And so, London is in a place with minimal hazards, and Paris and Berlin, because over thousands of years it evolved this way. Whereas our modern communities in the US and Canada have been around for at most 400 years. And
we're so stubborn.
Well, that
we don't
too.
Care. It's just a volcano.
Yeah. And everybody loves the water or the lakefront, riverfront property until the river's on their house. So
right, and then the federal government has to come in and bail them out so they can build again.
Yeah.
Brandon Hauk.
Good evening.
Hauker.
Hey, Brandon. The jokester.
He's here. He's in the house.
Yeah.
Have you met? Have you met Graham before?
Oh, he's heard me.
I've heard you. Yeah, I was at the. I think you were speaking at the. Was it the 2023 conference? I think.
Yep. That's the one.
I think we chatted on Facebook, but yeah, first time chatting with you face to face, sort of through the wonders of technology.
Love it.
Hey, this looks familiar.
Nice tornado.
He sounds so nice and such a nice guy on the radio and very polite and happy. And the truth of the matter about Brandon is he's very nice.
Sort of.
That depends on how many notes you leave on the radio station door.
Look at Didsbury. Woo! Man.
Yeah, lucked out with that one. That was only our second tornado.
Damn. Pretty good for the second one.
Yeah. Our first was the year before we got Bergen, but I think we were about 15 kilometers away. So it was like squinting at it on the horizon, and then it cloaked itself in rain. So didn't see too much of that. Got beautiful supercell structure, but then got like right in front of Didsbury and watched it touch down, and funnel starts coming down, and like, oh, we're gonna see a tornado, we're gonna see one up close, and then the funnel kind of comes back up again, and then we see like the tornado cyclone just starts expanding, like it's just getting bigger and bigger, and I was like, oh, this is gonna put down a tornado with a capital T. And yeah.
Wow.
Couldn't believe it. And I was like, almost like got out of the way because at first the funnel was coming at us, but I deliberately parked right at a four-way intersection, paved four-way intersection, so we had escape routes in every direction. And so as it got closer, like I started the car and I turned it around and was like ready to get out of there if we had to, but like it had once it started really picking up debris, it was evident it had turned a little bit and it looked like it was going to pass us to the south. So it was like, I think we're okay. Like I'm ready to get the heck out of here if we have to. But yeah, and I'm glad we stood our ground, and yeah, just the most incredible thing I'd ever seen. And the sound that it made. I mean, we were so close we could just hear it roaring, and it was unbelievable.
Man, you're epic.
I know, that's the dream to see something like that.
Yeah. Like 30 years of looking at storms, and it's like every once in a while I'm like, it's spinning, especially in BC.
That's okay, Joey. I have gone storm chasing, like actual storm chasing, 2 times, and I have seen 3 tornadoes.
Wow.
Yeah, did you see them when you were actually storm chasing, or did you just see them some other
No,
time?
I didn't. I've never seen a tornado while storm chasing.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The one I caught in Vulcan, Alberta there in like '08, it was kind of like Graham's first one he was saying where, we're under the storm and then you're on the Cowboy Trail, the Highway 22 there. And then so I got to make the jump across, but then you got only so many side roads and the storm's going like 50, 60. And then finally we get out to Nat and we're starting to head towards Vulcan and the storm's already by Vulcan by that point. And I look over and you can just see it clearly. I'm like, ah. And like with the camera technology at the time, it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah, those fast storms are hard to chase, especially when they're going at like, they're going like southeast or something, and your road grid is all like north, south, east, west. You got to do like the Pythagorean zigzag along the storm.
Well, and you know about some of the range roads in Alberta, like for gravel, they have like eggs. Like they're giant rocks. Like they call it gravel, but it's
I see giant rocks.
Hank's in the Badlands.
Wow.
Wow.
That's not the Badlands. He's in a gravel pit.
I know.
That's correct.
I do want to point out real quick, you guys will get a kick out of this. We have a fire weather watch in effect here in Hermiston, Oregon. We're going to have wind gusts to 50 kilometers an hour, relative humidity down to 15%. This is in effect for July 4th afternoon and evening. So
no fireworks.
Yeah, good luck telling the people here that. No, we're gonna burn the state down, and then everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, those liberals went and started the wildfire." Well, no, you started the wildfires.
Hey, well, that's no problem up here with all the flooding. We had a gorgeous fireworks show last night for Canada
So
Day.
maybe we'll move the Hermiston 4th of July fireworks to Brandon, Manitoba. That's what we'll do.
Oh, I'd love another show. Bring it on.
That was the best part about living in White Rock is from our house, we could watch the White Rock fireworks off the pier. And then 3 days later, we could watch the Blaine fireworks on 4th of July. It was awesome.
Awesome.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah, we had
That's
fireworks
right.
for Canada Day here in Drumheller last night, and there were so many mosquitoes I didn't even go out to watch them. We've had so much rain, and so there's standing water everywhere, and the mosquitoes are horrible this year.
Yeah, they were bad over here too. I was like just like fully covered in like sweatpants, socks, and shoes, like spring jacket, just so like they couldn't get me, but they were buzzing everywhere.
Listen, lowlanders, the mosquitoes are good because they keep the city folk at home. Keep the roads
We don't
open,
have that
keep the bush
problem here in
empty.
the desert. But they
No,
spray they spray for mosquitoes here, so
You just have like scorpions or something.
actually
Wow.
we do have little scorpions here. They're not like Arizona, but I've seen when I was out geocaching, I've seen some little scorpions about this big.
Is it
Wow.
like the smaller they are, the worse?
I don't think that's the case up here. Every scorpion that I've seen in Washington and Oregon felt like it was like on its last leg.
So we've got scorpions here in Alberta, not quite here in Drumheller, but like further down the valley, Dinosaur Park area, and down along the Montana border, we got a little northern boreal scorpion. It's pretty little, but it's harmless.
Maybe it's the same kind, but my guess is in Alberta, Brandon Houck imported those as part of his grand plan to take over the province.
No, it's how they keep the rats down.
Ah,
Yeah.
crayfish. Yes, those are delicious.
Yeah, crayfish are not scorpions.
See, I wasn't sure if you were calling Brandon a rat.
No.
He was a drowned rat the other day, or like last week when he was storm chasing.
He's more like a carrot.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good thing he was inside, man. That video of that hail smacking the building he was in, that was wicked.
Yeah, that was thunking pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that hail. Yeah.
No, then we had Brandon and Hank both swearing 2 weeks in a row. It's like
Yeah.
the guys who don't swear ever. I had to edit that out, Hank. I'm like, Hank? Well, we can swear before the radio cut.
Hank's got some scud going on.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to us, Hanky.
It's a shelf cloud now. This is not a wall cloud anymore.
Still pretty.
Pretty epic shelf though.
Who's that with you there?
That's me.
Oh, that's you. I see. You just got the camera set up.
Yeah, it's on a tripod.
That's nice.
Well, he's got those earbuds,
Hmm.
right? That he can talk through.
That's cool. Wow.
That is
Yeah,
kind
I
of
got-
epic, eh?
I got earbuds in so you can hear me.
Hey, congrats on the tornado, man. Really nice one.
It's so awesome to see that.
Man, that's sweet. Happy for you.
You got video of it, I hope.
Well, they're not as, it's not as good as the pictures. I wanted to make sure I got pictures because then I could share that right away. I was zoomed in pretty far, so I was using a telephoto camera for the video. And it was starting to get rain wrapped when I got the video, but I still did get video. Okay, I'm gonna shoot a 360 time lapse here of this. 360, I can even look straight up and pretty much straight down. Awesome. I love
So your
this
new
new
360
toy.
camera, how does that work?
Well, yeah, it's got in ultra wide lens, one pointing this way, one pointing that way. It's like extreme fisheye almost.
It's like how a deer sees the world.
And then you can in post you can look whatever direction you want and create a video looking this way, then that way, then the other way. But I got it. Oh,
Yeah, those 360s seem to work pretty good. I know Aaron Jajak uses those, and he's got some gorgeous footage. Actually, my profile picture on the Laramidia Storm Chasers Facebook page, that's actually from Aaron Jajak's 360 because he drove past us a couple times on Didsbury. So I thought, hey, there's a great like selfie, you know, with me and Tatum with the tornado in the background. So yeah, I just asked Aaron if I could use that. He's like, yeah, go for it.
he probably has a newer model 360 than I do.
I think he's got two of them. I don't know which ones they are.
X5, I think, is the newest. Jordan Crothers has that on his vehicle too.
Yeah,
Nice.
mine is X3.
Cool.
That Jordan Carruthers.
I got
Yeah,
nothing right now. I just had my dash cam just died. I found out on the morning of June 16th when there were the 3 tornadoes along the Highway 1. I found out that morning, like as I was setting up for the chase, I went to start up my dash cam and it wouldn't start. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I was next to 3 tornadoes and got footage of none of them.
Ouch.
Nice.
Ouch. Speaking of
Didn't
Jordan
even see
Carruthers.
the 2. Yeah, I didn't even see the 2 by Tilly. They weren't obvious. Like there was a low wall cloud and I could see some rotation on it, but didn't actually see the tornado. And I know there's one where like I'm doing like a selfie video and you know, I say what time it was. It's 2:51. Well, that was the exact start time for the tornado according to the Northern Tornadoes Project, the first Tilly tornado. But you can't really see it. And I know I ran into Braden Morriso and he showed me footage and you could kind of see this little funnel come around at one point, but it wasn't really obvious to me. But the 7 persons one that happened south of Redcliffe, definitely saw that one. We were driving through Redcliffe and could see the debris cloud like coming up off the ground, the funnel coming down, and Tina was in the passenger seat trying to get pictures, but we were going through Redcliffe and there were buildings, and so he'd get like a quick glimpse between buildings, then go try to take a shot, but the building would be in the way, and then by the time we found a clearing, it had already dissipated. So,
Frankie, can you say the words Jordan Carruthers? You come on the show now.
Jordan Carruthers, you have to come on Joey Only Show.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, hey, Frankie.
I'm doing
Frankie
great so
McDonald.
far. The grand you have
Frankie.
made it. Guess what? I got something to say. Jason Marshall's not doing a podcast this Sunday due to Independence Day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's gonna go have an American. I guess it's the 250th Independence Day. So,
Yes.
okay, Frankie, I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, clear my throat. Look serious. Yay, Prince George. Hello, Winnipeg. Hello, Kamloops. Hello, Lillooet. And hello to everybody here on Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel. It's another episode of the Comedy Meteorology Report. Comedeorology, that's the science of how funny the weather is that Frankie, myself, and Brandon Houck invented there back in the day. It's your show about how much the weather sucks in Canada. Tonight's special guest, Storm Chaser Graham Blair Christensen from Laramidia Storm Chasers. All that and more in the show tonight. And I thought I had the thing queued up. I am so terrible at being fast at stuff. There it goes.
Well, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather we've got. Wait a minute. Well, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather or not.
That's right. You listen to us on CFR 88.7 FM in Prince George, CKUW 95.9 in Winnipeg. That's CFBX 92.5 Kamloops and CHLS 100.5 down there in Lillooet to our friends in Lillooet. We got a big show for you tonight because it's the 250th episode, everybody. That's right. You've been putting up. They still haven't canceled us. We're still here. Wow. Of course, I just told you our special guest here, Laramidia Storm Chasing. We're going to introduce him in a second. But before we get to Frankie, we're going to say hi to Graham and introduce him to Frankie. But we also got other panelists on the show tonight who are going to be asking Graham questions so that basically I can go walk out the door, have some cigarettes, and let them do all the talking. This is going to be an easy one for me. I'm great. So many people. We got Justin Ortel from the Weather Center in Manitoba, where there's been floods going on there. Then we got Hank Vliestra, who's out in the field in Saskatchewan right now. He just filmed a tornado not an hour ago or so. So Hank will check in at some point there. Of course, we got meteorologist Mark Ingalls back from his vacation to Cuba. I don't know where you went. I'm just making stuff up. And Mike McGregor, who actually was looking at tornado damage in Winnipeg this week. There was a tornado in Winnipeg, folks. We're talking. And Brandon Houck, my co-host, my wonderful co-host. He's here as well. But first, we're going to introduce Frankie to, hey, Graham, welcome to the show. Frankie, this is my friend Graham. Graham, this is my friend Frankie.
Hi, Frankie.
Graham. I'm doing great so far. I'm a weatherman all over the world.
Yeah. It's nice to meet you. I follow you on Facebook. I think you follow me too.
Nice to meet you, Graham.
Frankie's the GOAT out there in Sydney, Nova Scotia. One of our regular viewers is actually in Sydney, Nova Scotia tonight, Frankie. So if you have a strange person from 100 Mile House, show up there tomorrow and be like, can I get a photo of you, Frankie? That's Ange, and she's watched our show many, 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 many times. So I told her to go to the mall. He's probably going to be working first thing in the morning. He'd love to get a picture with you. And you can buy Frankie a coffee, this and that. Graham, before we go and do our Frankie segment, we're gonna speak to Graham all show long. This is a feature episode, and if Graham succeeds and does a good job, then Frankie will give the green light for Graham to join the panel whenever he wants here. He'll probably say yes.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. Okay, so just tell the audience a little bit about yourself, about Laramidia Storm Chasing. I know we kind of went over this in the pre-show, but that's kind of what the pre-show is a little bit about, is just working that stuff out.
Yeah, so I got kind of interested in storm chasing first when I was a kid. I was about 10, 11 years old. Twister came out. I thought that was awesome. I'd always loved storms as a kid, just watching them go by, but I didn't know you could like forecast and chase tornadoes. So once I had that idea in my head, I decided I wanted to be a storm chaser. So being 11 years old, I did it the only way I could. I hopped on my bicycle and built myself a little weather probe out of a children's science project kit and threw it in the basket of my bike and went biking after storms. And that went about as well as you'd imagine. I ended up crouching in a ditch, getting hit by hail, and but still enjoying myself immensely. And then storms kind of took a back burner to some other interests of mine, got really into geology and paleontology. But back about 2019, my son Tatum here, you want to say hi, buddy?
Hi, I'm doing great so far.
He was about he was 4 years old, 4 years old, and we started just driving out of the Drumheller Valley here where we live to go chase lightning storms. I thought, hey, storm chasing, like that's something I should really get into now that I got a vehicle and I can drive and I'm an adult and nobody can tell me I can't. And so I decided I really
You were
wanted to see a
instantly the
tornado.
best one. You were instantly the greatest.
Well,
How did you achieve that?
not instantly. I mean, I did a lot of it was a few years before I got a tornado, but yeah, 2019, winter 2019, 2020, I worked really hard to learn how to forecast. So I ordered forecasting textbooks online and watched videos and did all the reading I could and dug into the scientific literature, reading some of the latest papers on tornado forecasting, and a whole lot of concepts I had to wrap my head around. I'm still learning, but yeah, I got out there the 2020 storm season and started catching supercells. And actually, the first supercell that I was on was a nocturnal supercell that had previously produced, I think, at least one tornado. And that was actually the same one that Brandon Hauk was talking about being his first supercell that he was broadcasting about on June 13th. 2020. He was talking about that at the 2023 conference. I thought that was cool. But yeah, so got some supercells in 2020, a few funnel clouds. Didn't see a tornado. And then 2021 was kind of a dry year for tornadoes in Western Canada. And but still got some supercells. And then 2022, we finally got our first tornado. So Tatum and I, he was 6. He saw it with me, and it was the Bergen EF2, but we were about 15 kilometers away, so we were kind of squinting at it on the horizon, and it rain wrapped, so not all that impressive, but still we were super excited to see our first tornado. And then the next year, 2023, we got our second tornado, and that was the EF4 near Didsbury, which ended up being the strongest tornado in Alberta in 36 years since the Edmonton tornado. And we just happened to nail the positioning that day, and we were really well placed to have the tornado touch down and pass right by us, and it paralleled the road we were on, so we could just keep catching up with it and letting it go by. And yeah, definitely my top storm chase, and I think the best footage I've ever got. And then we've got I'm not even sure how many tornadoes since then. Maybe half a dozen confirmed and a few that weren't confirmed, but I suspect to be tornadoes.
Well, in my world, even if you get rotation or you get funnel clouds, you still had a successful chase. Like, to me, it doesn't have to be on the ground to be a successful chase. But I'm not like everybody else, I guess, because I live in BC now. Though I grew up in Ontario, I'm not that different than you. Of course, Twister, when I was a teenager, blew my mind. I loved it. But I grew up in Ontario. I got struck by lightning when I was very young. I've actually been struck a bunch of times. You won't believe it. We'll talk about it now. But and of course, the 80s in Ontario, we had lots of tornado action going on there. Then we had, the Barrie tornado, of course, too. And then we had the Edmonton tornado. I remember it well. And a bunch of experience to being a teenager. And then I worked in geology for a while, like yourself, more or less. And then was a wildland firefighter for the last 10 years. And I'm trying to retire now that I'm getting close to 50. But we're going to talk to Graham all night long. Graham Blair Christensen from Laramidia Storm Chasers. Well, we are first, though, going to do the usual off the top of the show. We always spend a few minutes here with the man himself there, who's Frankie McDonald, the world's greatest weatherman out in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Let's go with the Frankie. Frankie! Can you yodel for us? Frankie! Who has the worst weather in the world, Frankie?
Ladies and gentlemen, Frankie!
How you doing so far, Frankie?
I'm doing great so far. Base guy's getting really hot weather.
Yeah, it's smoking, eh?
Base guy's getting really, really hot weather where he's at in Montreal. It was so hot, power grids are failing in Montreal where he lives.
And they had big storms there today again, Frankie.
Where he lives, and hit base guy's best friend Patrick.
And then they had a tornado from Kingston like 2 days ago or something like that. A bunch of tornado warnings.
Bad. It was a really bad tornado in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. And the weather's going to be really, really hot in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Montreal, and Toronto, all the way to Dayton, Ohio, where Jason Marshall lives. We got a big 4th of July coming up on Saturday coming up. It's going to be lots of thunderstorms where Jason Marshall lives on Saturday, July 4th. It's going to bring a whole lot of thunderstorms where he lives on July 5th. It's going to bring so much thunderstorms and really heavy rain aiming it towards New York City on Monday.
What else, Frankie?
And Boston's getting a lot of rain. Washington, D.C., North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. It's going to be extremely hot in California, Arizona, where Gary and Dean lives. It's going to cause monsoon rains and later on in July and all across New Mexico, Colorado, and Arizona, and all those places. It's going to bring really hot in Vancouver late next week. In Victoria and Seattle, all those places. The hot weather might even go up to Clickatuck, Nunavut.
Yeah, I think there's like a bit of a heat dome that's going to build down there in New Mexico or somewhere or other coming up about a week from now.
It's going to bring
50 Celsius.
Yes, a really bad heat wave in New Mexico, Arizona, where Gary and Dino lives.
Yeah. Yeah, what else you got, Frank?
It's going to be lots of rain all across Florida and all those places, and thunderstorms on Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. A lot of thunderstorms in Ontario, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Ohio, and all those places this weekend and next week. It's going to bring a lot of thunderstorms in Tennessee, Kentucky, and all those places. In Oklahoma, Kansas, in Colorado, Manitoba, and all those places. It's going to bring really hot temperatures. So David Smith lives in Winnipeg next week, including Brandon, Portage, Prairie, and all those places. Professor Octopus, Lord Octopus, and Dog Samson, James Smith's going to get really hot weather too. Daisy Rampage is really hot weather going on Daisy Rampage next week as well. In Mexico, a lot of rain thunderstorms going on in Mexico, except Baja California. It's really hot there. And the weather all across Central America, like Guatemala, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Nigeria, Honduras, Panama. And a lot of rain and thunderstorms going on there right now. Weather all across South America is a lot of rain and thunderstorms going on in Venezuela, parts of Colombia, parts of Ecuador, parts of Bolivia, and parts of Peru. It's really dry in northern Chile right now in the southern hemisphere winter, including Santiago, Chile. It's going to get some snow and rain in forecast. And lots of rain aiming towards south coast of Chile and snow up in the mountains in southern Chile. It's really dry in the Amazon rainforest this time of the year. And Rio de Janeiro's in the dry season, a little bit of showers, so Sao Paulo, Brazil, and all those places. And Argentina is warm in northern Argentina. It's really cold heading towards southern Argentina to get to possible snow in Buenos Aires, Argentina, including Stanley Falkland Islands, Usha, Argentina. And the weather all across the United Kingdom is going to get really hot weather and heading towards southern England. Lots of showers and cool weather in Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Isle of Man, and all those places. And really hot weather in France, Spain, Portugal, and desert-like heat in southern Spain. And it's cooler normal temperatures in Germany. Lots of rain in Denmark, Netherlands, Norway, Finland, Sweden. And cold temperatures in possible Norway, Finland, Sweden as well. And lots of warm weather in Bosnia, Croatia, former Yugoslavia, and Stefan's hometown in Slovakia is going to get decent warm temperatures. It's really hot in Greece, Albania, Turkey, Moscow, Russia's getting cooler normal temperatures. So Minsk, Belarus, and all those places. And you got Murmansk, Russia's cooler normal temperatures and rain and forecast there. And the weather all across East Asia is lots of rain and getting towards lots of heavy rain aiming towards Japan. There's a possible typhoon heading right for it. Taiwan right possible next Saturday. And a lot of rain going on in Japan right now. And thunderstorms and lots of rain and thunderstorms in Hong Kong and Wuhan, China. And a lot of rain and thunderstorms going on in Seoul, South Korea, Pyongyang, North Korea, Vladivostok, Russia, Magadan, Russia, and Mongolia. And Siberia, there's lots of rain and thunderstorms going on in Siberia right now, including Philippines, including Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, and Indonesia, Singapore, and Malaysia. A lot of rain, thunderstorms, Myanmar, Bangladesh, and a lot of rain, thunderstorms going on in New Delhi, India right now, including Mumbai, India, Sri Lanka. They're in the monsoon season now, including Pakistan. It's really dry right now, and Afghanistan is really dry. In a really, really hot desert like heat in Iran, Iraq, Syria. And even Israel is really hot, including Arab Emirates, Oman, Yemen, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Lebanon, Jordan, all those places. It's really hot in Sahara Desert right now. So much dry, dusty air in Sahara Desert, blowing all dry, dusty air off the coast of Sahara Desert, driving all the way to Florida and Texas.
Is that going to affect hurricanes, Frankie?
It's going to affect development of hurricanes.
Yeah,
And
it might crush them, eh?
and a lot of rain, thunderstorms going on in Nigeria, Ghana right now. It's so hot in Sahara Desert, blowing all the sand from west coast of Africa all the way to Florida. Weather all across Southern Africa is really dry in Cape Town, South Africa, Johannesburg, South Africa. It's really dry in, hot in Angola, Namibia, and Botswana, Mozambique, Madagascar, Laramidia, Mauritius, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Tanzania, and all those countries. It's really hot there right now. In Sydney, Australia, is colder than normal in Sydney, Australia. Then you got the snow in southeastern Australia in the forecast. It's really, the showers hitting towards Perth, Australia. It's really hot and dry in Darwin, Australia during the dry season. Then it got the cold weather in New South Wales, Australia. And it got the cold temperatures in Sydney, Brisbane, and all those places. And the weather all across Southern Pacific, a lot of rain and cold temperatures going on in snow in Queenstown, New Zealand, Invercargill, New Zealand got really cold temperatures and windy, rainy, and cold temperatures in Auckland, New Zealand next week. Gisborne, New Zealand, New Plymouth, New Zealand, Hawke's Napier, New Zealand, Stratford, New Zealand, Hamilton, New Zealand, Wellington, New Zealand, Nelson, New Zealand, Granmount, New Zealand, including Christchurch, Dunedin, Queenstown, Invercargill got really cold temperatures in New Zealand. It's going to be colder than average temperatures in New Zealand. Antarctica is 24-hour darkness, and up in the Arctic is 24-hour daylight.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. I don't know if you're watching the chat, Mark. I've not been able to pay attention. I've been too busy. Is there any questions for Frankie out there? People in the chat on Joey Only Care Me Weather Dude YouTube channel there. You can put a question in the chat for Frankie, and we will get to you and ask him. What do you got there, Mark?
Yeah, give me half a second here. I was distracted. Okay, we got some questions for Graham here.
Oh, good.
We'll sit on those for
2 minutes.
Yeah, let's give them a few minutes. Let's roll into Frankie videos, and then we'll hit the questions for Frankie after videos. That.
So we'll put the compilation Frankie video at the end of the episode, Frankie, and we'll go to disaster news with you right now.
That's
I have a question for Frankie.
What?
Ask away.
Where is it the hottest in the United States this week?
Somewhere in Arizona.
Yeah, you got disaster news there, Frankie McDonald?
Yes. Disaster news coming up for places like in India and Mumbai.
All right, here we are in India. A big flood. Frankie's favorite, big flood. There's a piece of wood floating on by there. And there's people walking up to their knees there in the water. There's probably some kind of fish that likes dirty water in there. There's a big bus pushing water right through, just coming right on through here. It's a funky looking bus. This reminds you how boring North American culture is. None of our buses are that cool. It's like a transport bus truck thing. I don't know what it is. It looks awesome. It's all funky colored. But it's in the water, and everybody else is in the water, and everything's floating around. There's white things in the water, but I don't think they're icebergs. I think they're garbage. It's garbage is floating in the water, and there's people in the water and people not in the water. I would not go in that water, personally.
It's monsoon season there.
I don't think that's clean water or safe water, Frankie. Do not drink the water. Do not drink the water. What do you guys think? What do you think of this flood here? That's a bad flood there in Mumbai, India. There's a lot of garbage floating around. I mean, that probably happens. It's just most of flood videos.
Cars on the highway too.
Never seen so much garbage in a flood video, including the ones we've had in England, India. Like a particularly garbagey flood. It's like a flood of garbage. And that guy's trying to drive his little bike car thing.
wipe out the rickshaw.
They speak their own language there, Frankie. You won't be able to understand it.
They speak their language.
Surf's up.
Yeah. I think it's a beautiful language, but I don't understand it. I like the way it sounds.
Here's Ghana.
Time to go to Ghana. But there's a big flood. Surprise! Surprise! It's another flood. And this one's even deeper. And there's a little bit of garbage, but not near as much garbage as Mumbai. I think that was a particularly, maybe a garbage dump got caught in the flood or something. I don't know. And the water's flowing really fast. Do not walk out in that fast flowing water. What will happen to you, Frankie?
They can destroy houses.
It can destroy houses. Could it destroy you if you're walking through it?
They can destroy electronics. They can destroy computers and offices.
Yeah, and Mike's just thinking, how would I go chase that on foot? Take a
Or
bus
on the
to
bus.
the flood. Yeah, take a bus to the flood there.
Yeah.
Hey, we laughed. We got some nice damage picks this week. Proud of Mike. Damage picks is the less sexy cousin of storm chasing. But it's like, you know, guys like Tim, what's his name, Marshall there. He does all the damage stuff there for Tornadoes in America. He's too busy looking at damage to chase tornadoes. It's too important what he's doing. So.
Yep.
He says he wants to chase that by bike.
Yeah, let's chase that by bike.
Yeah, right on.
I think you need more like a boat. You gotta chase that one by canoe.
You get one of those pedal boats.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I have to do to chase storms here? Oh, I think he's already left. Or is he behind you? Tynan, are you there?
Oh. Yeah, he's here.
Okay, you know what? What I have to do often to chase storms here in the mountain is I gotta go to the top of a mountain and park there. And then sometimes lightning hits everywhere around me, and it's terrifying.
Yeah, we've had some lightning close calls. That probably scares me more than tornadoes, because at least we can see the tornado coming.
Dude, I've been struck more than most tornado chasers have seen tornadoes.
That's how I feel about bears and moose. Like, everybody's afraid of bears, but I'm afraid of moose.
I'm not afraid of moose.
Yeah.
No, you can break them like a horse, man. I swear, I had that one cow moose and her calf. She followed me around for like 2 friggin' months.
Well, maybe you can, but I can't.
I'd like sing to her. She'd just sit there and I like sit in the porch and just sing, and she'd just stand there and stare at me. Okay, back to Ghana.
Oh.
That's a really loud flood, this one there. Frankie's got the volume down there just to warn you.
Woo! There's a house floating down the river.
These are really bad floods, Frankie. Why is there so much flooding going on?
Rainy season there right now.
And here we are in Brandon, Manitoba. No, I mean Ghana. Ghana, Manitoba.
We thought it was bad here. It's nothing like this. Wow.
So far.
So far, yeah.
Some standing waves there. That's how mountain waves work. Exactly like that. Look at those standing waves if you're watching. Where those waves get stuck in the same place, downwind of the mountains. That's exactly what the air does there too. It's awesome.
There was like a guy taking
not
a
awesome
nap
that it's
there in
flooding.
the water or something. He just like got up, he woke up, it's like, time to start my day. Like just laying there in the water. That's a really bad water. Just so you people remember, like flood water is awful. It's putrid. It's festering with turds and rats and things. And if you have open sores and you're in that water, you're gonna get infections. Just straight up.
During the rainy season.
Frankie, where's this?
Ghana. In Africa.
Not Ghana, Manitoba.
Oh my God! They had an earthquake in China.
Oh my God! China. Last week we reported on the Venezuela earthquake. Okay, here we go. It's a full shaker, this one. And I asked Frankie how many people died. He's like, over 100. It turns out it's significantly more than 100. Look at this building shaking. People in Vancouver, you can't hide from earthquakes forever. Watching this, just remember that
That's
this could be you
sweet.
someday.
Whoa.
That's wicked.
There's like
Wakey,
little kids
wakey.
Poor
sleeping.
kid.
Wakey, wakey. Oh my gosh.
He doesn't even wake up, eh? His whole bed's shaking. The mom's jumping on him.
He's dreaming he's in an earthquake.
Oh, you like all the dishes falling down? I hate putting dishes away. So that's the #1 reason I hate earthquakes. Yeah, seriously, do not like going to the coast. I like being right here in this zone where nothing happens. Wells, it's great.
There
There's
was
no
an earthquake
volcanoes
on the
near us.
coast. There was an earthquake on the coast yesterday, last
Was
night.
there?
Well, in Washington, but I think it was felt in BC.
Huh. I didn't catch that one.
Well, you didn't see my post on Ingles weather on Facebook.
That's true.
Hey, this
I've
is
been
Sean
fighting some
Hustler.
political battles this week, as you're aware. Maybe you're not aware,
That
Mark.
one's on the way. That's
Uh,
Soyali.
Oh, who do you got there, Frankie?
John Hustler.
Oh yeah, hey John. So okay, Frankie, he's that's his videos of disaster news from Frankie McDonald here. We're gonna jump back into Graham Blair Christensen for a minute there, and we'll start with
hang
Brandon
on.
Houck.
Oh, hang on. The
Oh.
people want to know, Frankie. The people want to know. Lisa says, "What is the scariest thing you have been chased by while you were dancing on your dancing videos, Frankie?"
Dogs and things like this, especially horses that can kick people and cows.
There's your answer, Lisa. And then Shelly wants to know, how often do you look at weather reports, Frankie?
All over the world, every time, including Australia. Australia's into their winter now.
Yeah, but how many times a day do you look
Every
at the
day,
weather?
all over the world, all countries, all continents.
All right, I'll pass it back to you, Joey. Now you
Excellent.
can move on.
Okay, well, we are moving towards the Brandon Houck report, but because we got to keep it a short Brandon Houck report tonight, and he's got the dad jokes, but we also got to feature Graham. We'll leave Brandon here to ask Graham the first questions as he moves into his report.
Oh, put it on the radio guy to do all the work, hey? All right. So, yes, we'll go right over to Graham here. And yes, let's talk a bit about that Didsbury tornado, because I think that was probably your biggest tornado that you've ever seen in your career, your chasing career, and probably in your lifetime, too. Tell us a little bit about that tornado.
Yeah, it'll probably be the biggest one I'll ever see, I imagine. It'd be hard to top, especially how photogenic it was. Yeah, I mean, it was, it was evident to me a few days out that one day especially was going to be a big day. There was a couple days there of pretty severe weather. We were actually chasing some supercells the day before, but they were a little more high based, and there was a funnel on one of them, but didn't produce a tornado. But yeah, the Didsbury day. Went out, weren't entirely sure where to target. I was looking at, there was more of a moisture bullseye around like Stettler area. But I think I picked up on surface observations. There was a pretty sharp moisture gradient between about the Didsbury Carstairs Olds area, and I think it was that moisture gradient that kind of leaned me in that direction. And then I saw the little turkey towers going up, so I knew it was it was trying to convect in that area. So we started heading out from Drumheller, headed out that way, going west and a little bit north, and saw the storm starting to blow up. You get the big cauliflower of doom going up, that really sharp updraft, and then it started to anvil pretty quickly. So like, okay, it's taking off. So went in that direction, and saw it got some nice inflow bands going into it, and I remember coming up to it, we could see the mesocyclone rotating in real time. Like, it was actually real time rotation. And so, that's when it's a pretty strong storm. And yeah, first of all, we ended up a little bit north of it and got a little bit of the hail. It was about golf ball sized hail. And I saw that it was pretty slow moving. So I was like, okay, we can play a little closer to this one than we can with the fast ones. So got out ahead of the mesocyclone and stopped right at the corner of a four-way paved intersection. So I knew, okay, I've got escape routes in every direction if it tornadoes and starts coming at us. So I thought, okay, we're in a good spot, and sitting there watching it churning away. And I think the first really big red flag for me that this might produce a tornado was when the rear flank downdraft started punching through. So you see there's a downdraft that punches through the back of the storm. And at first, when it's not filled with rain, you don't see the downdraft itself, but you can see the effect that it has on the clouds around it. So it punches this hole, and then you see all this cloud matter descending. And the motion, the speed that cloud matter was moving forward and descending was just incredible. I don't think I've ever seen an RFD punching through quite that strong. So I was like, wow, that is an incredible RFD. And then, and it was this narrow clear slot, and then it really started to wrap. It started to come around and wrap and enclose this part of the updraft that was really starting to rotate. So I was like, wow, this might produce. So it was getting pretty excited, and then sure enough, a funnel starts to descend, and funnel came down probably about halfway to the ground at first, and then it picked back up a bit, and then just kind of sat there at about the same level. But then the tornado cyclone, like the area enclosed by the RFD, started to really expand, and so that's when I thought, wow, this is trying to produce a tornado with a capital T, as I say. And yeah, the funnel kept spinning for a while, and then debris started coming up off the ground, and it just seemed to just keep getting stronger and stronger. And then we started to hear the sound of it. And at first, the funnel was coming pretty much right towards us, so I was like, okay, we might have to move. And I say that in the video, and but then it turned a little bit, and it looked like it was going to pass us to the south. So I was like, okay, I think we're probably okay here, but it could turn and come back at us. So I made sure I started the car, and I turned the car around so I could get out of there quickly if we had to. But no, it stayed to the south of us, and we just got an incredible view, and just unbelievable to be standing there looking up at this not only violent tornado, but incredibly photogenic. Like there was almost no rain around it whatsoever. Oftentimes tornadoes will wrap in rain and you can't see it. But this one was just beautiful, low precipitation around it, and big brown dust cloud with a really, really stark condensation funnel. Then it seemed to weaken a little bit, but then re-intensified later, and it was paralleling the road that we were on, so we were able to stay just north of it and just keep catching it up as it pulled ahead. And yeah, half an hour it was on the ground, and luckily no people were seriously hurt or killed. I mean, that was my big concern, was if we were going to lose any lives, and seeing how enormous and powerful this tornado was. I was pleasantly surprised we didn't lose any people. And then came back a couple days later and helped out with some of the cleanup and rebuilding, and actually ended up meeting a survivor who would probably not be alive if it wasn't for the emergency alert system, because she was living in a mobile home in the middle of a field, and got the alert and saw the tornado coming right at her, and she got in her car and got out of there. And when she came back, her home was completely shredded, and there was pieces of it stuck in the ground. There was one piece of wood that was stuck about 8 inches into the ground, and I had to put pretty much my full weight on it to get it out of the ground. I thought, well, maybe this was here before the tornado, but no, there was fresh grass on the tip that had been driven into the ground, so I knew it was fresh. So it's incredible what those things can do.
Wow, yeah. So that was the Canada Day just a couple of years ago, actually. So we're pretty much on the anniversary of that significant tornado in Didsbury. Now, as you mentioned there, it's really good that we have the emergency alert system now in play, because this was pretty much similar event to the Pine Lake tornado back in the year 2000, when we didn't have all those alerts, and it was such a devastating tornado then. So that's probably what has changed with this one, for sure. Now, I also got to talk a bit about our, you've also chased in my neck of the woods a few times. First time chasing in that one supercell that rolled up the Highway 36 corridor with a wall cloud that went right over my other place there. So you got to witness that as well. Did you get to, I think, were you down for that other tornado little outbreak there with the land spouts that developed that? I think it was the same year, 2023, where those land spout tornadoes touched about 10 of them from Lethbridge up to Brooklyn.
Yeah, I was stuck on the wrong side of the storms. I was a little late getting to it, and then coming in from the west, I got stuck behind the rain, and could see on radar there was a good rotation signature in the rain, but I wasn't going to go punch through the blinding rain and suddenly find myself flying through the air. So if I can't see, I'm not punching in there and hoping to see something. So we were there in time for the last couple tornadoes, but didn't get to see them because we were just on the wrong side of the rain, unfortunately. But got some cool lightning. Actually, the
Oh, yeah.
if you listen to the on my videos, I always ended. I have this sound clip where there was a lightning bolt near us, where I'm like, "Whoa!" and then there's this loud crack of thunder. That was actually from that day when we were on the wrong side, but at least we got the lightning.
Oh,
That's
that's
like
awesome.
my there it is at the front of every
Yeah.
one of my episodes, eh? It's like there it is. It's like, yeah, continue, Brandon. Sorry.
All right, that is awesome. So, what is not with the Didsbury tornado, but another really good favorite memory chasing so far in your career of a storm chaser from Drumheller?
Oh, I mean the lodgepole tornado last year was pretty cool. So that was an EF2, first Canadian EF2 of the year, and I actually had a tour client with me that day, and he saw his first tornado that day. So that was pretty memorable. Um, Other big one would probably be the beginning of an outbreak that happened in Saskatchewan, June 23rd, 2024. We were on the Borden EF0. Got a little closer than we'd intended because Google Maps kind of lied to us and told us that this road continued, and it did not. It dead ended. And so this tornado dropped pretty much coming right at us. And so we kind of scrambled to get out of the way, got on this little north jog on a gravel road. And then there was a second satellite tornado that touched down right in front of us. There was we could see the cloud of debris start spinning up and go over the road in front of us. So we were literally stuck between two tornadoes on this remote gravel road with dead ends all around. So that was a little scary, but definitely memorable.
Well, I bet. So, does anybody else in the panel have any questions for?
I do.
Oh, yes, of course, Mark does. Yes.
Graham, good evening from Oregon. I want you to tell everybody about the meteorite you were showing off in the pre-show.
Oh yeah. So I made a lucky Facebook Marketplace acquisition. I got this guy here. So this is a piece of the Bruderheim L6 chondrite. So it's a meteorite, a stony meteorite that fell in 1960 near Edmonton. And this is actually part of the largest meteorite fall ever to happen in Canada, or ever to be recorded in Canada. So there's about 300 kilograms total of this meteorite that fell. And you can see here the interior, this light gray, that's what the original rock would have looked like that the asteroid is made of. And then the exterior here, you see it's got this black crust, and that's fusion crust, and that's from when it came through the atmosphere. When it compresses the air in front of it, it heats that air so much that it actually melted the exterior and fused it into glass. So,
and then can you just describe some of the dimensions for the radio listeners?
Yeah, it's I don't know, maybe about 6 inches long. It's just shy of a kilogram. It's 981 grams, so it's about a little bit bigger than my fist, maybe.
What's the most, other than your meteorite, which you got for a steal on Facebook? What's the most interesting thing of Alberta geology, in your opinion?
Oh, I love that we live in this big sedimentary basin. So, I mean, I live here in Drumheller, where we have a valley that was carved out by glacial meltwater that really exposes the rock layers here, and we get to see the interfingering of land and sea, because we have the Dinosaur Park Formation, which was on land and it's full of dinosaurs, and then on top of that we have the Bear Paw Formation, which is marine, and so we find all these marine reptiles and ammonites and things, and then on top of that we got the Horseshoe Canyon Formation, which is non-marine again. So it's really cool how we've got this interplay of that. And actually the name of my son and I, our little storm chasing team, Laramidia Storm Chasers, the name Laramidia is actually the island continent that Alberta was part of back in the late Cretaceous period. So
that's what I've been picking my brain over that one.
Yeah. So out Ontario way, that was Appalachia, and Alberta and BC were Laramidia. And so North America was divided in half by a seaway that ran all the way from the Gulf of Mexico all the way up to the Arctic. And you know, I've actually speculated that because one of the limiting factors for tornadoes in Alberta is our lack of proximity to a moisture source, right? Because the Gulf of Mexico is far away. But back in the late Cretaceous, we had this warm, shallow sea that went through, Saskatchewan and Manitoba and part of Alberta. But we still had the Rocky Mountains. In fact, they were probably even higher because they were still rising at the time and not just eroding away. So I suspect that late Cretaceous Alberta might have had some tornadoes.
That's an interesting theory.
Told you Tornado Alley's moving, Mark.
Yeah, I believed you. Tell us about the most boring part of Alberta geology, and why is it Brooks, Alberta?
Well, because it's not Dinosaur Park. That's why. You got the Dinosaur Park formation under your feet, but all you can see is dirt and grass.
That's right. And for the radio listeners,
sorry, Brandon.
If you've been to Banff or Jasper and you've looked up in the mountains and you've seen the layers in the mountains, those are all the different layers of sediment that were laid down. I don't think the Banff and Jasper weren't under the sea like eastern Alberta was, but it would have still been the same sedimentary basin that was later uplifted.
Well, it was under a different sea. It was under the ocean at one time, right?
Mm-hmm.
240 million years or whatever. So you go to the top of the Rockies, you find like things that belong in the bottom of the ocean. And someone told me this is proof that the Great Flood happened and Noah's Ark is real. And I was like, so you believe in fossils now? I said,
and they hit you back with, yeah, I'm looking at one.
Oh, ouch. Yeah, I'm taking names tonight. Mark's going down. Continue, Mark.
Yeah, that's awesome. You guys, the radio listeners probably know I'm also a geologist, so I just love that kind of stuff. The Badlands. See, I'm more into volcanoes and stuff, and so the sedimentary basins don't really get me going. But I'm really excited that you're excited about the sedimentary basin. So where do you take people to when they're on a tour with you?
Yeah, so I've got a few sites out in the Badlands. So yeah, just for my geo tours, I just stick around the Drumheller area. But I usually bring them. There's one site that I call Snake Hill that's got some of that interfingering between the Bear Paw Formation and the Horseshoe Canyon Formation. So it's kind of transitioning back and forth from sea to land as you've had, you'll have a lobe of a river delta that built out, and then it got abandoned and sunk into the sea, and then it got more sediment on top of it. So there's some interesting geology there. Neat minerals here because we get ironstone that fractures underground, and then groundwater carrying dissolved minerals causes crystals to grow inside them. So we find calcite, we have quartz, all kinds of cool minerals. And actually recently confirmed, I started finding these orange crystals, and I brought them to a couple of the geologists at the Royal Tour Museum here in Drumheller, and they didn't know what they were. They thought maybe a variety of calcite or something like that. And I was looking at them like, no, they don't have the right shape for calcite, and they're not intergrowing with the calcite. So I kind of looked at the different properties they had and keyed them out, and looked at what was often associated with yellow calcite, and decided that it was probably barite, which is barium sulfate, which is fluorescent and phosphorescent usually. So I took a UV light, and sure enough, it was fluorescent and phosphorescent. And then I took it up to Dr. Christopher Hurd at the University of Alberta, who was able to run it through electron probe microanalysis and confirm that it is barite. And I hadn't seen anybody report large crystals of barite, but I found, some pretty decent sized crystals of barite. So that's one of the sites that I take people to as well, is this one area where I found the barite, which is really only in one area of the valley.
Was the barite low in the stratigraphic setup, or was it high up?
Pretty low in the area where it's exposed here around Drumheller. Yeah. Towards the base of the hills.
Interesting. Really interesting. Any other questions from the audience, Mark?
Oh, yeah. We did have questions in the audience. Okay, hang on. I got so lost in my own world here. That's the second time tonight. Okay. Come on, work with me, mouse. They want to ask your son, Graham, what his favorite part about chasing with his dad is.
Honestly, it's just hanging out with my dad mostly. I love seeing
Well,
the
hang on. Before you get into it, tell us your name so that everybody on the radio knows who they're talking to.
I am Tita Melander.
There you go. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, I love the storms and stuff, and I especially love seeing tornadoes, funnels, and wall clouds and stuff. But the most part I enjoy is just chilling in the car with my dad for hours.
I think
That's
so
awesome.
great. Yeah.
What do you like to talk about with your dad when you're in the car with him for hours?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. There's got to be something you keep
It's
coming
just
back
random
to.
conversations, whatever we think of.
It was definitely the thing that caught my eye about Graham first. That he's out chasing with his kid, and I was like, the comments upset me. People were like, "You're putting your kid in danger." I'm like sitting here because I take my kids storm chasing. We've watched wildfires start up. You know, we climb mountains together. My kids have climbed so many mountains already. You know, and it's like, you can sit there and criticize like you're putting your kid in danger, but then it's like, well, your kid has a dirt bike and plays hockey, and you guys go boating on lakes. 75 people drown every year in the lakes of BC, like in rivers. Like, it's just because it's not what you're used to doesn't mean it's any worse than what most of you are doing.
Well,
Yeah,
that's exactly right. The most dangerous thing that any of us do on any day-to-day basis, except for maybe Joe Stover, is driving and walking around cars and stuff like that. That's far more dangerous than taking a kid storm chasing. And you look at the videos, and Graham's got his kid in a helmet and stuff. He's very proactive in making sure that his kid is safe.
I think it's great. That's why you'll become like the world's greatest chaser. World's greatest
That's
chaser.
right.
We haven't heard from Justin or Mike yet either on questions. Hank's still in the field chasing, and I know I want to get like 60 seconds of Mike talking about the tornado too, so we got to squeeze that in still before Frankie's back. Justin, what do you got?
No, I was just gonna. It's funny you guys brought that up because I take Graham probably doesn't know, but my son's name is Jasper, like the Jasper National Park, and I take him chasing, and my wife comes with me, and I took him chasing last year. He's not even 2 years old yet, so he's got probably an even earlier start than your son did. But yeah, I caught a lot of flack last year too, and the funny thing was, it wasn't even because I was bringing him into a dangerous thunderstorm. It was because I was taking him chasing during a heat wave. I'm like, dude, the car has air conditioning. It's no different if I'm sitting in my house in the air conditioning. But how?
It's probably better.
Yeah. But anyway, Graham, how do you deal with those people? Do you just kind of silence them out, or what's your formula there?
Yeah, I don't usually bother responding. I mean, people can kind of look up what the risks of storm chasing are, and I know there's great articles and stuff that have been written about how, driving is of course the most dangerous part, and so if we accept that we can take kids driving to show them amazing things, why can't we take them storm chasing? But ultimately it's Cheatham's decision whether that's a risk that he wants to take, and he's been very excited to get out there and watch tornadoes. So I don't usually engage with those people and other sorts of critics, but I'm happy to leave those comments up and let other people engage with those comments, because my Facebook is monetized and I get paid for the engagement. So
that's right.
Zuck bucks.
Zuck bucks.
Yeah, Zuck bucks.
Yeah.
I guess it particularly bothered me too, though, because like yourself, I'm a dad and I'm a single dad, and I've had over the years a lot of pressure put on me, or people talk crap about me or judge me. Oh, it's him and his, and that was a case here this past week where someone was like, well, I don't know what he's like with his kids. Insinuating that my kids aren't safe with me. And it's like, man, what do you want us to do? Sit here and do nothing when my kids can play video games forever? It's just like there's so much pressure on you to be something. And it doesn't matter what you do, someone's going to have something to say. So I think being a single dad's tough.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
I appreciate you
being a single parent's
you
tough.
giving us some support there, Joey. That was really appreciated.
I do have a question for him.
Okay, Mike McGregor in Winnipeg.
Have you seen any tornadoes in Manitoba that are notable over the last few years I've been chasing?
Me?
Yeah.
I haven't been to Manitoba.
I was going to ask you that. So
yeah, I usually stick to southern Alberta. Gone out to Saskatchewan, I think 3 3, maybe 4 times chasing. And yeah, I got a few tornadoes out there on one trip. Have thought about going out to Manitoba a few times, but just it's so much driving. And if it doesn't tornado, and I see a shelf cloud, I mean, I love shelf clouds, but driving home 13 hours after seeing a shelf cloud, I think I would be pretty unhappy. So maybe if there's a strong enough setup, I might get out to Manitoba one day, but no, I haven't made it out there yet.
My Manitoba tornado, I wasn't even chasing. I was just driving down Highway 1. I was like, look, there it is. So I was like, Mark on that one.
Yeah.
And one thing I was getting tight on time, but I do want to ask Mike quickly because he went and checked out that tornado damage in Winnipeg, and our Winnipeg listeners are probably interested in hearing his take on that. Mike, what did you see? Give us 60 seconds or more.
Well, I saw some roofs torn off. I'm actually going to share my screen. That's okay.
Well, better just describe it anyways. The radio listeners can hear it.
So there was a roof torn off. There was an entire house that was collapsed. And this was on Tollcroft Road in White Ridge. So this entire line down one block from Tollcroft east to Kenniston. I think that there were some reports over by Fort White Alive of some damage. And then across the street, a sushi restaurant raft was completely torn off, twisted in mangles. Trees are uprooted. And there's like about 300 meters of fence that was destroyed along Kenniston Boulevard with trees all over the place. And there was also a trampoline in a mess. A couple of neighbors described it as a roaring sound as it went overhead. And I was actually kind of surprised at the damage because I have not seen tornado damage since the Eli tornado back in 2007. But if I could, I'll share my screen. I'll show you the damage.
It's just that we're really short on time, Mike, so I just want to be really brief. But in the after show, we'll look at this, and we also have Graham's top 8 tornadoes that we haven't got to yet either. So if you're hearing me, Mike, we just don't have that much time now. We got 8 minutes to go. Any other questions for Graham? We will in the after show. We have plenty of time. Any more questions?
I just want to say that was an EF1 tornado for the listeners too.
Oh, that's strong, right? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to listen to tornado warnings, everybody. But there was no warning. Yeah, well, can't get them right all the time.
There was a severe thunderstorm warning at the time.
And what people need to know is a severe thunderstorm, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it was when it lined out, the whole system, it was like all these individual storms. It was like, okay, it's going to happen. And then they kind of like joined up into one big line so that everybody was like, well, I guess it's not going to happen. They're all on the line now. And then
I would say the damage was very, very sporadic, and I wouldn't at the time thought it was tornado damage. But given how the fact that everything was twisted and mangles, I was like, okay, this is not straight line wind damage. This is tornado damage.
Tornado in Winnipeg. Long time since one hit the city there. Frankie is back. We're going to roll the Frankie video of the week here in just a second's time. Thank you, Graham Blair, for being on here, Mr. Christensen. And we will continue with the after show here. So if you're listening to us on the radio, you can always come to Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel and subscribe. Come meet us every Thursday night. I forgot to say it's the 2nd of July. And right now, 2nd of July. So we...
and where Mark Ankle sleeps the 4th of July. A holiday.
It's a big holiday coming up for Mark, isn't it? Yeah, I just about got her ready for you, Frankie. Okay, Frankie, video of the week, everybody. I think this is a particularly good one. I really like this. It's not funny like last week's was, but it's funny in its own way, and it's beautiful. And Frankie shouting out our 250th episode. Thanks for having us on here so long, radio. In fact, the best part of the show is often the after show, which means we need to have a longer show if any of you radio stations want to do a longer slot. Okay, Frankie, for July 2nd, 2026, here we go.
Hey everybody, it's Frankie though. I am now an international celebrity, worldwide celebrity, all 7 continents. I'm doing great so far. Hi guys, how you doing? I'm doing great so far. I like to introduce my fans all over the world. I'm doing great so far. Things are going well. Let's see how you doing. Joe Yanni and his guys. I'm doing great so far. Let's see how you doing. To everyone in the whole world, I'm doing great, including England, France, Eastern Europe.
And Newfoundland.
And Europe. In Vancouver Island. Vancouver Island. Northeast coast of Japan had a 6.9 magnitude earthquake. It did some damage to the buildings and houses and things like this. And snapping telephone poles in half and snapping tree branches in half and bringing down power lines off the northeast coast of Japan.
Hold on, Frankie. One more.
Davao City, Philippines had a 6.7 magnitude earthquake on Friday, June 26, 2026. It did a lot of damage to the buildings and things like this. I'm a worldwide international celebrity, and I will say hi to everyone in North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Oceania, even Antarctica and International Space Station. Things are great so far. Joe Yonley's doing great. And I'm on COMEDEOROLOGICAL Weather Report. Every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. I got fans all over Alberta like great help. Amy Chikoki Bailey in British Columbia. Ellie Donaldson. I'm at the opener park for Canada today. I'm doing great so far. Things are going really well. I'll say hi to everyone in North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Oceania, Australia, New Zealand, even Antarctica. I'm doing great so far. I'll say hi to everyone in the whole entire world. I'm doing great so far. Things are going really well. I see how you doing. I'm doing really great so far. What have you been up to? Things are going well. Things are going great so far. There's lots of people at Open Park in Sydney, Nova Scotia right now. Things are going great. I'm having a great day. I will say hi to everyone all over the world. I have made it to international celebrity, worldwide international celebrity, all over the world.
All over the world, Frankie is popular.
I'm upgraded from local celebrity to international celebrity. I want every single person in the whole entire world to head to Sydney, Nova Scotia for Sydney River Fest on July 17th, July 18th, July 19th, 2026 at Open Earth Park in Sydney, Nova Scotia. I repeat, I want every single person, the whole entire face of the planet Earth to head down to Sydney, Nova Scotia for Sydney River Fest on July 17th, July 18th, July 19th, 2026. I will say hi to everyone in North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Oceania, even Antarctica. I'm doing great so far. Let's see how you doing. I'm doing great so far. I will say hi to every country in the world. Joe Yonley, Brandon Helk, Amy Chikoki Bailey, Trey Campbell, Michael McGregor, David Smith, and all those guys. Gary Dino, Roger Wildchild, Jason Marshall Williams Cookies. I'm doing great so far. I will say hi to everybody in the whole world. North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Oceania, even Antarctica, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Russia, Poland, Belarus, Norway, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Netherlands, Germany, France, England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, and oh man, Spain, Portugal, Indonesia, and Franktown. I'll say hi to everyone in USA, Canada, Mexico, Guatemala, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Honduras, Panama, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Chile, Brazil, Argentina, England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, and Iron Man, France, Spain, Portugal, Denmark, Netherlands, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Russia, South Africa, Norway, Finland, Sweden, Svalbard, Murmansk, Noriska, Yakutsk, Magadan, Omiak, and all those places. I'll say hi to everyone in the whole world. Joe Yonley, Brandon Helk, Amy Chikoki Bailey, Michael McGregor, David Smith, and Hildy Donaldson. And I'll say hi to Mark Angles. Say hi to Joe Yonley, Brandon Helk, Amy Chikoki Bailey, including Hank from Saskatchewan, Michael McGregor, Winnipeg.
How you doing?
Mark Angles of Oregon. Things are great so far. And I'll say hi to all across North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Oceania, Antarctica. I'll say hi to everyone in the world, including Joe Yonley, Hildy Donaldson, Karen Richards, Amy Chikoki Bailey, Brandon Helk, Michael McGregor, and my fans in Thunder Bay, Mark Hensman, Jamie Klump, and Jason Marshall, all those guys right now. Introducing Joe Yonley, Brandon Helk, Amy Chikoki Bailey, and the others. I'm doing great so far. I will say hi to everyone in the whole world, North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Oceania, Antarctica, including Eastern Europe. I'm doing great so far.
Doing great so far, Frankie.
If you want to follow me on social media, my blue skies are Frankie MacD. My link tree is Frankie Downton. My threads is at Frankie MacD 94. My X4 Twitter is at Frankie MacD. And my red is Frank Down 94. My sub-red is Frank Down. My Facebook is Frank McDowell. My Instagram is Frankie MacD 94. My TikTok is Frank Down 94. My Clapper is Frank Down 94. My Twitch is Frank Down 94. My Snapchat is Frankie MCD1. My YouTube channel stocks will in my LinkedIn is Frankie McDonald. Best of luck to you. I'm Frankie Down. There's a COMEDEOROLOGICAL weather report every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good show. Brandon's already gone to bed, and Mark's already gone to bed. We still got Mike McGregor here. That was Frankie McDonald, Justin Ortel from the Weather Center in Manitoba. Hank Vliestra was with us, but he's out chasing thunderstorms, and we missed him. And we got 60 seconds left, Graham. Tell us how people
Tomorrow
can
night,
find
Space
you
Guy
on the
Show.
socials. Tell us how you can find how we can find you out there, Graham.
Yeah, so you can find me on Facebook, Laramidia Storm Chasers. I've also got my business, Laramidia Tours, so I give storm chasing tours and Badlands tours, looking at geology and paleontology. And then I've got my YouTube channel, which is also Laramidia Storm Chasers, or at Laramidia WX. And that's it. I don't do much else on social media.
That's the show, everybody, for another
That's
week
the-
here.
And then you'll be seeing me on Base Guy Show tomorrow night.
Yeah, bass guy for Frankie tomorrow night there. Of course, say hi to Jack Casey for us down there in Montreal, Frankie. Good guy he is there.
He's getting
and,
a really bad heat wave where he's at, and Toronto City getting even worse.
It'll come our way eventually, everybody. Well, we're going to keep continuing on a little bit in the after show, everybody. So if you want, next week, Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, do join us here at Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel. That's the show.
That's the show.
That's the show. That's the show.
That's the show. Oh
That's
no.
the show. Yeah, pull up those pictures if you want now, Mike. Time's so tight. And the radio listeners can't see it. So like the minute we take pulling up and talk, you know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
Yeah, I
now,
know what you mean.
Now we still got the streamers on here. Now we got the time where we can just do whatever we want.
Those are some wicked shots though, man. Like when I first saw that, I was like, what? Like the garage. Like the
I was
attack
like, you took that? First,
not me.
That's excellent. This
Like look
one
at
here,
that
yeah,
one. Dude, that's crazy.
just like ripped it apart, eh?
But like how sporadic Mike said, like the damage was not like the normal path of a twister. You would see it like it would be like a lots of damage, but it was so sporadic. That's why I was like, I'm not sure if this really is a tornado. But it was.
Yeah, and even
it
some of these
looks like
images,
it
things
jumped
are.
at a couple points too. Like the way, so this is across the streets. This is like Keniston, and across the street the trees are ripped off. I'm surprised there were no cars tossed in the air during that tornado.
Well, at EF1, they're not going to toss cars. You need a 4 or 5 for that.
Yeah. Still impressive, man, though, for Winnipeg. Wow. Like in city.
No, a 3 will definitely move your car, but it won't toss it.
Yeah.
That's all I have for photos.
Good stuff.
Those are
though.
great photos, man.
Yeah.
Those are good photos.
know,
Yeah,
it's-
that's scary.
Remember that
No one was
tornado a
hurt,
couple
though, eh?
years? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Graham.
Sorry, yeah, that's some pretty scary damage for in a city that nobody's hurt though, eh?
No, I don't think there's any injuries.
No, I don't
That's
think
lucky.
it was.
The last one to hit the city was, I think, in 2009. It hit McPhillips Athletic Yards.
Mm.
It was an F0, and then there was one at 87. It was an F1. It hit down in Clarence, and Chevier tore off a roof of a warehouse and a roof off an apartment block.
What was that tornado like 3 or 4 years ago down in the States? In some weird town down southeast, and there was the image of the car getting thrown, and you can see it. The lights of the car in the tornado. It was a nighttime nadir.
Oh,
I'm
really?
trying to think-
Rolling Fork?
That's it. Yeah, it was rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rolling Fork.
Yeah, that
I
was
just-
scary.
I just got my radar scope that week, and that was the first tornado I ever watched on radar scope, and I was just like, "Whoa!"
Good one to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, that was way crazy.
I do just want to touch on the house that was damaged in Winnipeg. Somebody messaged the Weather Center Manitoba's private messenger chat there and said that thieves, I guess, went into the house and stole the person's jewelry and some other expensive items that they had, and they were kind of frustrated that the photos had been shared. And I'm like, well, we're not the only ones who shared photos. Like it was all over social media. News stations were there. Like it's unfortunate that thieves went and stole things, but it's not our fault.
That had nothing to do with you sharing it.
Exactly. That's
Like,
what
you
I'm
know,
trying to
and
say.
like, I'm hip with the homeless. Like, I'm not trying to talk shit here, but it's like, man, some guy's like on meth walking down the street and sees a house and he's like, let's go. It's like they're not paying attention to Weather Center of Manitoba. Let's be straight up. Right. So what we do have still from Graham is we have so that's expired now. Reward, yeah, it's long gone. So what we do have from Graham is his top 8 tornadoes, which I would have liked to put on the show, but just the flow of everything kind of went the way it did, so we didn't get to
no
it. But
worries.
we have it.
Let's
right
check it out.
here. So that's totally check it out.
Still lots of people watching.
Oh, and it doesn't want to play.
Oh,
Oh,
I've had this problem before with Zoom, actually. Certain files don't. That's irritating. So, I don't know. I'll try downloading it maybe one more time. That's what a bummer.
Hmm.
I had this before with Mark too, on when he sends them over Google Drive. Some format isn't the same.
So, Graham, do you got any days coming up that look chaseable? I heard maybe Saturday, which would be tomorrow, was kind of busy for Alberta. Is that true?
yeah, Saturday's, well, yeah, day after tomorrow's looking like might be a day. So,
Or sorry, yeah, day after tomorrow. My
yeah,
bad.
it's kind of, I don't know. There's some chance tomorrow, but I think Saturday is looking like the main day. I really gotta sit down with the models and do some serious forecasting. I just kind of did the cheating, looking at the energy helicity index, but I like to look at the kind of the composite parameters real quick just to give me an idea of what's going on, and then dig into the nitty gritty, the dew points and the winds at different levels and whatnot when I really want to get into it. But so might end up chasing Saturday. We'll see how it works out.
That's good.
Sunday and Wednesday looks good for Manitoba.
Yeah, I was going to say Sunday looks pretty good for eastern Saskatchewan into western Manitoba, but I don't know if I'll be able to chase it because western Manitoba, northwestern Brandon has all that flooding, like it's all water. So a lot, like tons of roads are washed out. So hopefully it's further south, kind of near the Trans-Canada. If it's up, Highway 16 north, I don't think it's really going to be chaseable. Yeah, so.
Oh, it's the .mov file is I think what it is, right? Yeah, I know Saturday we're expecting thunderstorms in this area. I mean, we've had pulse storms almost every day in the area, but most of them haven't been worth going up the mountain for. So it's downloading again. I don't know if it's the .mov file, but when I first tried to download it, I do recall that it hadn't fully uploaded yet. It was still processing or something. And I thought I could probably still, I can't watch it here, but I could probably still download it, and it seemed to do that. But I think maybe if I try it now, and give it another 40 seconds, maybe if I try it now, we could actually still watch this top 8 Graham tornado videos, storm chasing videos, which I really want to see. Yeah, Diana asked, and she's into the emergency culture, why was security not placed there? And then she says, you saved a lot of lives already this season, she also says to you, Justin.
Okay. Well, thank you. I was just going to show that's the energy helicity index for Sunday. Eastern Saskatchewan, southwest Manitoba looks pretty spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So
should I drive out there?
Should have named her Helicity.
That's Jordan Carruthers' chase vehicle. That's his name.
Yeah?
Helicity is his Hummer's name.
That's funny.
Oh, really? Oh, that's awesome.
He's got a Hummer?
Yeah, that's his chase vehicle.
I'm going to say next Sunday looks even spicier for Manitoba. On the European, it shows about 3,000 to 5,000 Cape.
Let's go.
No.
Dude, we have so much moisture now, like every setup should be pretty good.
It's the .mov. It's the .mov file thing. MP4 be like nothing. So I don't know. We'll fix that. But you know what? We can put it on next week. I'll throw it into my editing program and spin it back out as an MP4.
And
yeah, I could probably just re-render it too, right from scratch if you don't want to bother.
Or you can play it off your computer, maybe even possibly.
Screen share,
6,000 Cape.
Yeah.
Jeez.
6,000 Cape.
Man, some of the Cape values I was seeing, like for Montreal or for like southeastern Ontario, was it today or was it yesterday? It was like 5,000. I'm like, what?
That's nuts, eh?
Yeah. Well, especially like when here in BC, like in the mountains here, like 500 Cape is enough to make a severe storm here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because of the topography will just piss it off.
And like that other day you were chasing, like kind of I was talking to you in the morning and you drove up northeast of Prince George. There's like 2,000 Cape that day.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like good to go, you thought, right? And then I
Yeah.
got out to Burden, and it's like the viewability is just so terrible because you're in like this beautiful mountain country,
Yeah.
but then you have a mountain on either side. If you can see out of the trees, and that particular area, it's not logged much. There's not a lot of cut blocks. Like that Purden area, there's nowhere to park where you can get a view out. So it's like there was bolts coming down and things were
Wow.
happening. The skies were spicy looking. And I was like, well, what's the point? So that's when we turned and like booked it to Vanderhoof as quick as we could and caught that severe warning storm there.
Yeah.
Which is it, compared to your prairie storms you've had lately, that was nothing. But compared to the storms I grew up with in Ontario, that's nothing. But still, it was a pretty nice show. It was pretty spicy. It came in pretty hard.
It's been active there southwest of Prince George, eh? It's been pretty active.
Yeah, and that's one of the two tendencies around here I find is for them to kind of come up the way. And I don't know, like I don't know if it's a seasonal thing or if it's a it's just like it just seems like we're not getting our typical things forming in the West Caribou and rolling eastward and heading here quite the same way when there's severe storms. I mean, that's what's been going on in this crappy flow that we've been having this week with these pulse storms, but it's not what's been happening with our severe category storms. This top 8 storms. Graham, Jurassic Graham here.
It's working, eh? All right. I don't know how laggy this is going to be running directly off the computer, but we'll give this a go. All right. So this was Brandon Houck's first on radio storm. This was that nocturnal supercell that came up the Highway 36. So it was actually my first supercell. And I didn't even have a cell phone at the time for radar, so I was doing this visually in the dark. So it stayed well out of the way of the meso, but you can see the mesocyclone there illuminated. And I was not sure if I'm looking at scud or a funnel or what, but there was some damage recorded near, I think it was Pollockville was the name of it.
That wall cloud looked crazy for night.
Yeah, it looked like the wall cloud I seen outside Prince George last year in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. And then this one, this was actually when when that heat dome in 2021 broke. When we had those heat records and
everything went nuts at the end of it.
Yeah, and so this was a supercell that actually came through Calgary. So I had this really cool mothership mesocyclone, and
look at
and
the
then,
spin. Wow,
yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
that 1 week of heat dome put me to work for 8 weeks on wildfires.
Wow.
Just to put it in perspective, right? And then it was like the Lytton fire was going off, and the fire cumulus column down that way was basically came north and cranked out lightning bolts like at an unbelievable rate, like a Manitoba rate, I should say. Not a prairie rate, a Manitoba rate or Ontario rate. Like it was just like, you know what I mean? Every second. Like it was I don't know, the pyrocumulonimbus storms get so electric. Man, this is epic. So what's this?
So this ended up being the costliest hailstorm in Canadian history. This is the one that hit Calgary August 5th, 2024.
Wow.
So I was chasing with some friends that day. And then we had this really low windy wall cloud.
That is so well
Holy crap. You can see the precipitation falling in the field beside you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was weird, like coming down off this hill, like we were almost looking down at it.
Yeah.
So that was west of Calgary. Now here's east of Calgary after it had gone through, and
smashing the airport to hell.
Yeah, it did some roof damage there. And then you'll see I got this cool lightning shot that actually ended up making the cover of the Airdrie City View newspaper. And then this was that Borden day where we got stuck on the dead end. So I got the beginning of this tornado outbreak all the way from initiation here. You see the tower leaning over, the upper level winds pushing over the anvil there. And I really bullseyed the forecast that day because we just sat there for probably 3-4 hours and just watched this thing take off.
That's my favorite way to chase.
Yeah, the lazy way. Set up the lawn chairs. Sit in the sunshine. And you see it pulls up a wall cloud here right away. There you go. And then you'll see right at the end here, see this little funnel come down. Boom, there's a Borden tornado.
sitting in Nanton, Alberta, and working on Lance's farm and looking over at the Rockies towering cumulus just going up, going bigger, but nothing moving, just staying there all day. And I was like, I think I just need to move about 5 miles from here. Went and parked 5 miles, and like the wall cloud and funnel came basically right to me. It was like the laziest 4 hours of sitting in the same place, basically.
That's the best way to chase.
Oh, I love it. These are epic, man. That lodgepole tornado last year was so cool.
Yeah. It's a struggle to see it through the trees. There's so many trees in that area.
Yeah, you're talking to the guy who has the worst chase terrain.
Yeah, trees.
Yeah. Well, that's why I park on the top of the mountains at the cut blocks.
That's why you get hit by lightning.
Yeah. Well, you're down in the valley. What happens? There it is. Yeah, it was so weird, all ropey.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
You're down in the valley and all the lightning hits the mountains, and the storms jump from mountain to mountain. So it's like you're down in the valley, the storm can just kind of bypass you without you even realizing it. It just like materializes over there, teleports. Some big old hail damage, eh?
Yeah. So this was the largest hail ever recorded in Canada. This was near Markerville, near Innisfail, Alberta. And I caught the one that made that dent on dash cam. So that's probably about a softball size hailstone. And 20 minutes later, a team from the Northern Hail Project came through and measured the largest hailstone ever recovered in Canada, both in mass and diameter.
Well, the funny thing is, like they spray, the silver iodide or whatever.
How big
to
was
prevent
the hail that you guys recorded?
It was reported as softball size. I didn't actually get out and pick any up. I was just trying to get us out of there because you could see them just exploding on the road there. So at the time I estimated about baseball size, but the dent is about softball size in my car. I actually ended up the transmission went on that vehicle and I had to scrap it. But before I scrapped it, I took an angle grinder and I cut out the hail dent and I actually saved it. And then this was our first tornado. So this was Bergen. So this is the one that we were quite far away from. But we ended up getting this beautiful time lapse of the whole storm, the mesocyclone and the beaver tail coming in. And, and the tornado wrapped up in rain pretty bad anyway. So I'm kind of glad we were far back and got this whole mesocyclone shot.
Oh, well, yeah, better viewing than being in it. Yeah, it's like the distance, somewhat like that Vulcan one I was telling you about. And the Manitoba one, too, is sort of just out there. Like, oh, look. There it is. And I was with these American musicians, and they're like, that's not a tornado. You don't get tornadoes in Canada, Bob Wayne said. And I was like, dude, I know what I'm talking about. Then we go into the Royal Albert there in Winnipeg to play our gig. And the first thing, the booking agent was Sam. He was also the booking agent of Propagandy. He was the booking agent of the Royal Albert. He's like, oh, you guys got here okay? There was tornadoes coming. It's like, yeah, I know. And Bob's like, he went white. He's like, whoa, I had to come to Canada to see my first tornado. It's so funny.
Dude, that's phenomenal, man. I'm a structure guy, so I love this stuff.
Yeah,
big shelf clouds, wall clouds, the big inflow tails. Like, it's nuts to see the entire meso.
Yeah, especially in time lapse, you see it all moving, and yeah, I just find it fascinating how it's nothing but heat and moisture and air, and it just makes this vorticity amplifying machine that creates this finger of destruction. It's just so fascinating. And then of course Didsbury.
That's like
I'm more of a shelf cloud. I'm more of a shelf cloud guy.
I like the structure too, like Justin, because it's kind of like this. People think that being a mountain man means you go skiing. You're like, I'm a mountain guy. I ski. And it's like, no, you're not a mountain guy because you ski. So I kind of feel like that's like you can go for the extreme close up and get in there, but you'll learn more by sitting back a little bit and seeing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Of course you want to get close like this, and there's your moment of your lifetime. That's
once in a while. Yeah,
definitely glad we were close on Didsbury. Yeah, wouldn't trade that.
No, this is so frontline footage, man.
Wow,
it's so impressive.
Wow,
historic.
No, look at it.
It's
Are
incredible.
You kidding me? That was EF4, wasn't it? So almost EF5.
Officially EF4, yeah, but it picked up a 10-ton combine and threw it 50 meters through the air. And there was a study by the Northern Tornadoes Project where they were modeling like what wind speeds would be needed to do that, and they determined that it was very likely EF5 level wind, but because they couldn't use lofted vehicles as an official EF scale damage indicator, it was officially rated EF4, but like,
Oh, that's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, and what's wild is that paper was actually cited in the EF5 rating upgrade of the Enderlin tornado.
Oh,
And it was
right.
the Northern Tornadoes Project actually went down and helped with that evaluation. So
I remember that.
So if and that was based on lofted train cars.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if,
last year.
yeah, so if Northern
Yeah.
Tornadoes Project research on lofted train cars are enough to justify upgrading Enderlin to EF5, then I'm not sure why it's not valid to call Didsbury an EF5, or if maybe that upgrade's going to be made in the future. I don't know.
The EF scale is broken.
It's a good conversation to have, though, because it's like, why are these like weather agencies so afraid to issue EF5? Like, there's so many tornadoes that have happened in the States too, where chasers are and like weather people in the weather field are like, this is EF5 damage. Like, why is it not being rated EF5?
I mean, does it get worse than this? Is it possible to get damage worse than this? You know, it's like your first question. You know, it's like, oh, there's nothing left. Okay, well, then what do you call that?
I just wonder what's behind it. Like, they don't want like history to show a certain amount of EF5s, or what?
If you go back to that last shot there for a second, right? Just say like, you don't have to physically go back, but I mean you can. But if you go back to that last shot, and there you are, and the tornado's in the field, there it is. Okay, so say that tornado lands there, and that's its life cycle. Is it's sort of there? That's an EF0 tornado.
I know. Yeah.
That's a broken
if it doesn't hit
system.
anything.
Default.
It's broken.
Yeah.
Right. Like so.
It has
we're
to
not
create
learning.
damage.
We're not learning anything scientifically by basing our assessment of a storm on human objects that it destroys, right?
Yeah.
So at some point we need to have some way to classify what were the actual wind speeds.
And there has to be more EF5 tornadoes between 2013 and 2026, at least a dozen.
But it's come to the point with me where people like, it's the first thing they start talking about when it's on a live stream. There's a video. It's like, I think that's an EF3, or you hear chasers like, he'll like call out, I think we have an EF3 tornado. He's like saying on his live stream, like, you don't know that. Look, if it hits nothing, it's an EF0. It's a broken system. Who cares? People are like, it was an EF2. I'm like, so what?
What's interesting too,
okay, it was an EF4. Okay, that's cool, but
is that we're starting to get drones flying into tornadoes. That may help. Like if we can get wind sensors in the cone of a tornado. Like,
but there's too many tornadoes to wind sensors. So then how?
Yeah, true. But I'm just saying, like, what like the Otis project is doing in the States. Like, have you seen some of their stuff? Like, it's amazing.
I have recently, guys like right in the nadir with
like. They literally live streamed it to max velocity stream. Like they were able to live stream the drone video. It was crazy.
Yeah, their footage is unreal.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's like the Twister's the guy who like drives into the Twister, you know, and he's
yeah.
You know, woohoo! Like America's storm chasing community is so crazy, right? And in Canada, it's like you occasionally run into another person who's watching a storm. And they're like, "What are you doing? Do you need help?" Like, no, I'm watching a storm. Whoa, me too. You know what I mean? Like we're a small community, right? And it's like in my mind, because the Americans won't even watch anything we do. They don't care.
Right.
You know, and I seen like after the tornado last week in Saskatchewan, or this week in Saskatchewan, all these Americans were posting like radar pictures or damage pictures, and like there was an EF3 in Canada, you know, like
Rosper in Manitoba, EF3.
Yeah, like as if we've never, you know, I was like, you know, we get tornadoes here too, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need you to come here to chase our tornadoes and tell us that the tornadoes. Like
I was gonna say they're not interested, but there's so like the convergence that's starting of U.S. chasers coming up from the States to Canada setups in June.
Yeah, they just want to be like disaster tourists, though. They don't want to listen to us or make relationships with us, or you know, they kind of look down their noses at us like, oh, Canadian chasers.
I do have to say, there was a couple of them that I met that were really nice. Brandon Kopic, he works with Fox Weather.
Yeah,
he's a solid dude. And then Tanner Charles, I don't know if you know him. He's another chaser from down there.
I've seen his videos yet.
Yeah, he stood and talked with us.
Young guy.
Yeah, just really nice fella. So there's a handful that are good, but yeah, that's about it.
But I mean, in general, you're trying to like you put out a tornado video that's epic, and it's like only Canadians are going to look at it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like that's part of why the vision for this show is like we just need to have a
Mhm.
space where we all support each other and like create our own
Yeah.
little culture, right?
Agreed.
Share each other's stuff and share intelligence with each other and promote each other and just and be friends because it's not a competition.
Yeah.
You know, and I know Justin and I, for example, because he's got the Weather Center Manitoba. Like you're more a straight chaser, but we're more like forecaster, weather group runners.
Yeah.
You know, he's got like all kinds of people in his weather group. I got all kinds of people on mine. You know, I'm like the Caribou weather guy, and the real goal here is to protect our community.
Yeah, like honestly, I think I love the forecasting aspect more than the chasing. You know?
I don't know.
I also do a lot of forecasting too, Justin, and I find it more interesting than the chasing aspect.
That's because you don't have a car.
It's all frustrating at the end of the day because like
My chases are epic. I need to go like 4x4ing and have a chainsaw.
I
in
was
case trees come down. Like
I like when that Rossburn twister happened, EF3, I was like 50 minutes southeast. I was sitting in Cardale, Manitoba, which is like 45 to 50 minutes southeast of Rossburn. That was my initial target for the day. And then storms started popping off east around Minnedosa, Manitoba. So I was like, you know, how many times have I chased? And Graham probably knows the same, where it's like my gut instinct's telling me west, but the cap never breaks. You know, you get towering cumulus all day long and they just can't break the cap. It's like I at least have a storm. I have an opportunity going off to the east of me, and these broke the cap. I should go after them because maybe nothing goes to the west of me. You know, you never know.
Well, that was me, like you saw 3 weeks ago, sitting on the wrong side of the Fraser River, right? I could
Yeah.
see the tornado watch storm. We had a tornado watch in Prince George a couple weeks ago, Graham, and
Well-
I could see the storm across the Fraser River, and there's just no catching it. It's just, and above me, cap.
Yeah.
Nothing getting tall.
The cap is always a
fall
killer.
apart.
Yeah.
So,
And it's hindsight 2020.
You go with your experience and what's worked before or what hasn't worked, and then you get a new experience. Like, oh wow, it really doesn't matter what I do. Something's gonna screw me over here.
What's stupid about the Rossburn one is it went from like nothing to tornado in like half an hour because it blew up right along the boundary. I should have known, like from all my weather brain knowledge, that I should have chased the boundary, but can't go back now.
Wait for the next one.
Like I said to you the other day, you know, in your position at that time, sitting there looking at the skies around, I may or may not have made the exact same choice. It may have seemed reasonable, like, oh, let's get ahead of it so that we catch it when it starts coming this way. Right? It's like going east means that you can catch it as it comes to you.
Yeah.
Often, right? It's like you go west and then it bypasses you.
See, and normally I would have been able to, but the storm motion was so weird. They were traveling from like south southeast to north northwest. Like it was so weird and very quickly. So there was no chance in catching that one.
Yeah, and then when their motion's weird like that too. And that was the thing with the one on the Friday too, is like everything was going one direction, then like the low came through, and then everything was going the other direction.
Yeah.
So, you know, how I planned to catch him, what direction I planned to catch him, and there I was. I got the time lapse going. I could see the supercell. I could see tornado watch.
Yeah, it's kind of like the storms that developed south of me the other day. They looked like they were going directly north, and then some of them, as they crossed over the warm front, they were going east. I'm like, what the heck are these storms headed to? And I was kind of frustrated because they actually started dying out as they got across the warm front. So I was actually happy I got something later in the day. But storm motion has been weird lately. Even the ones that we got hit with looked like they were going to completely avoid the city and go north because it looked like they were going north and east at the same time.
But like, see, that's why it's so key, and that's like what Graham's saying. He's like, I can look at the EHI on the model, but I need to look deeper, and it's more important to look the day of, like satellite imagery, meso analysis, like because as you said, Mike, as the storms went north of the warm front, they became elevated. They didn't have the moisture. They weren't able to root. So you really have to pay attention to where these fronts and things are setting up on storm days, or else you're going to screw yourself.
And I don't really have that.
No, that data is
luxury.
not available north. No.
Well, it's not just I don't have that luxury of this far north, but it's also with the chase terrain I have. Like, you know, there's Highway 97. There's like one highway.
Yeah.
and it's 80 kilometers from me. So I got to go. I got this one highway here, but this the Barkerville Highway. So I got to drop 2,500 feet down the mountain, and I'm in the forest the whole time. So then you got to go. It's just like you get what you get here, kind of is what I'm saying, right? Then what happens is that the topography and the microclimates of the various British Columbia regions make things do whatever they want sometimes. Like I was saying, 500 Cape's enough for like a really severe storm here.
Yeah.
Which you know, where you are, you'd laugh at that. But I mean, all you need is, you know, some orographic lift in a few right places, and sometimes it rolls over the Fraser River and it catches the extra humidity of the river or the extra warmth of the river. And like the tornado I saw in 2016 out by Cinema here, there was nothing that would indicate we should be having a tornado right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's just nothing indicated. It's like no severe storm threat that day, like just a few pulse storms. And that's what happened. It rolled over the Fraser River and it was like that drop in elevation, that extra warmth. There was some extra kick up there. Next thing you knew, for 3 minutes, there was a funnel cloud come down and, you know, broke a few branches. It wasn't fancy, but
yeah,
but it happened,
like
right?
if there's 500 Cape here, I'm probably staying home unless it's like October.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's like there's like 0 Cape, and then when I talk to the Environment Canada guy, and he's like, "Well, there's no reason there should have been a tornado that day." I was like, "Look at the radar." He's like, "Well, I'm looking at it, and it does seem to have some rotation." He's like telling me the cloud base and top and this and that. I'm like, "Dude, I fucking saw it. Like it was on the ground. Like I'm telling you."
That's frustrating, man.
Well, there was no Northern Tornadoes Project back then, so it was labeled inconclusive.
Right.
They weren't going to send a guy up here to measure some broken. But yeah, some of the local farmers who sent me the pictures and whatnot, they're like, "Yeah, we're having dinner and we heard a jet go over our house. Was that?" And I said, "That wasn't a jet, man.
High probability it was a tornado.
It was the tornado going over your house."
That's funny. Wow.
Yeah, so maybe like 300 yards on the ground or something, right? And then as soon as it crossed the river, like just roped out.
Wow.
And it was really high based. That's the thing. Like the clouds that day, like nothing about what was going on made me expect to look over and see a funnel cloud coming down.
That's crazy, man. There must have been a ton of 3 Cape, like vertical stretching. Like
yeah.
See, if there's 500 3 Cape, I'm chasing all day long. Even if there's 150, 200 3 Cape, because that's like the Cape in the 0 to 3K in the atmosphere. Like, and that's where you're going to get like the funnel coming to the ground, that vertical stretching. Like on high 3 Cape days, you want to be chasing all day long. And normally on those days, you're getting land spout tornadoes.
Yeah.
Like those high 3 Cape days are your land spouts.
Like
yeah, we had one of those days couple days ago. We had about 200 3 Cape and there were funnels all over Alberta. People were recording them.
Right. Yeah, the Grand Prairie ones I seen too.
Well, I just learned something I didn't know about 3 Cape.
Little, really thin little funnels, little wispy long ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's all different kinds of Cape. There's downdraft Cape too. If you have a lot of D Cape, you're probably looking at like downbursts, high probability of downbursts. Lots of different things to look at.
You see the new stickers? Here's the new stickers.
Oh, nice.
Joey only bear wrangler.
That's cool. Oh, bear wrangler. I like that.
Yeah, that's what it says. Lexi from the Diggy's Diner made it for me.
Oh my goodness, dude. That's sick.
Yeah.
That is so cute.
Even though, yeah, I mean, someone was slandering me pretty bad in town, and I'm kicking some serious ass on that this week.
Yeah.
Like, everybody hates you. I'm like, what? Like, people in town are making stickers of me for wrestling bears.
Especially the bears hate you.
Especially the bear. The one got killed.
Oh, did it? Oh no.
Yeah. The bastard one that I must have hit him with everything, right?
Dude, I hate to hear
hit him with
that.
5 different boards. I hit him with a rock. I shot him with the pellet gun. I literally I beat this thing with anything I could get my hands on to hit it with.
Like,
and it just kept coming back. And then I went away to work that bridge job. And as soon as I was gone, it just moved into town. And by the time people got like really ready to fight it, they're like, "We need to do what Joey does," or whatever. It's like it just moved into town and you couldn't get it out. And then finally, and it was kind of funny. Like, I don't know if I should say this or not, but the one guy here in town, he's really super cool. He works for the district, and he ended up like bear spraying it hardcore. Like, he just drove the truck up to it and just like blasted it right in the hey, and looked at him, just blasted him right. But it was funny because it was like his wife or whatever, girlfriend, that was like all mad at me for, you shouldn't be harassing the bears. I'm like, you don't
Oh
understand.
my gosh, dude.
If you scare the bears, that's what we need to do here. We need to have an offensive fighting. So maybe you don't know, Graham. Like I fight bears, and like, I'm fucking mean. Like, I'm fucking mean.
It's called tough love.
Yeah,
Yes.
I get. Well, yeah. I mean, if you drive them away from humans, they're not going to have to get shot, right?
Yeah.
And I'm ruthless. Like I run right at them, screaming like, "I'll kill you!" Like I
Dude,
sometimes even yell that, "I'll kill you, you fucking bear!" Like I don't know what comes
Yeah.
out of me. It's just the war. War comes out of me.
I thought when you get a bear, when you see a bear, you're supposed to run away from them.
No,
Try to
I
scare
don't.
them off.
No, because if you run away, they'll chase you and kill you.
Yeah.
Because they have like the dog reef. What does a dog do when you run?
Run after you.
Yes, that's a chase prey instinct. You never
Dude,
run from an
people have
animal.
to be educated. Like, it's so sad hearing you say that another bear died. Because, like, I mean, not like it's the Weather Center Manitoba. You know, my business, what I run. But like the Black Bear Rescue Manitoba is near and dear to my heart, and we did a photo auction for them last year, raised $800 for the rescue, and we just ran it again this year. It looks like we've probably raised another $800 for the rescue. So I love seeing the black bears up in Riding Mountain National Park, north of Brandon, Manitoba, here in
Your
my
photos are up there.
province. Yeah, thanks. But just like that's one example of using what I'm good at for the good of wildlife. Like I love bears a lot, so that's devastating to hear that one passed away.
Yeah, well, the two others didn't.
That's
So
good.
I mean, there's two ways you could look at this. One definitely failed. Two didn't need a whole lot of tough love. In
Yeah.
fact, the small brown one, I didn't see it hardly at all, and if I did, it was running. So like, okay, you're good. Whereas that big one, like he must have been 450 pounds, and the first time I seen him, it just looked at me like he's just so dopey and lazy. I'm like, get! And then he tried to climb the tree, and I didn't want to let him do it. So there was a pile of boards there. I just kept beating him with boards, like until he went down the tree. And people are like, "You're crazy, man!" But you have to be crazy because they have to believe you. That's the thing,
Amen.
right?
Amen. Yeah.
If you're not fully committed to like, I'm going to attack this animal and drive it off, don't do it, or get 4 or 5 people together and do it.
And it pisses me off too. Like I'm talking about Riding Mountain National Park, and people are going through there. They're like, the amount of bears and cubs I saw this year in the ditch of Highway 10, like with beer bottles and like yogurt cups. Like people don't feed the bears. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, well, we got to call some humans, maybe get them into some traps.
Honestly,
that's interesting you said that, Justin, because I didn't know people would actually feed bears like that.
Oh yeah. Because they want to get a picture, and they're like, "Oh, if I feed the bear, it's going to come right up to my car."
Well, my history of like farming and cowboying and all this.
I gotta get going, guys. My laptop's
Have a good night,
die.
Mike. Good to see you, buddy. Good work on the photos
Hey,
this week. This is longer than we ever go, Graham, but we're just having a good time. So
this is great. I'm loving it. Yeah.
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 Really, what was I gonna say now? Well, it don't matter, I guess. Too much.
Just about the bears.
Something about fighting bears. I don't know.
And feeding them, a fed bear is a dead bear. I mean, that's the saying. Like, I mean, people should know that. And I think they do know it. They just don't care. They want their picture, and who cares about the bear?
Well, even getting them comfortable with vehicles and noise and people. I mean, you get good photos, so I'm not saying nothing against you, but
yeah,
my general policy here is, as much as I love them, to try to ignore them as much as possible, or commit total warfare on them. And over the years, man, you should see some of the videos, Graham. Like, some of them are really funny because some of them become really obedient to my rage.
Well, what's crazy too is like like a bear that's been around humans, like it directly makes a beeline for your vehicle, and if that ever happens, like I'm out of there as fast as I can. But like normally, like I go in like around like May long weekend, like the end of May, early June. So they're all
dopey. They're all on the side of the road looking for grass.
Yeah. They don't even really pay much attention to you. They're just eating the dandelions and the grass, and like the mothers look very calm most of the time. But like this spring, somebody got out of their car, parked on the side of the road, and like literally with their phone went probably within 40 feet of the mother bear. Like the cubs went and ran into the tree, and like the mom's like staring them down and like kind of like grunting at the people. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, what might help you to know is mother black bear is the least dangerous of bears.
Yeah.
She is, yeah. She's gonna run and she's gonna climb a tree.
Yeah.
Now with the grizzly bear, when I run into mother grizzly bear here, I'm generally scared. Nothing scares me too much, but the reality is, people are like, how can you be so brave fighting bears? Like, what if 1 in 1,000 turns and kills you, tries to kill you? I'm like, man, on the farm, we had bulls that would try to kill you every time.
Oh yeah.
Not once in 1,000 times, every time. You come to the side of the fence, they're at the fence, like, cross it, I dare you, I'll kill you. Like.
And like we have there's a bison enclosure up at Lake Audie in Riding Mountain, and like there's signs everywhere: stay in your vehicle. Everybody gets out of their vehicle with this, and with their phones. It always gets me. Like if you have a telephoto lens, like you just stay in your car and roll down the window. Or I have a sunroof on my vehicle, so I just open the sunroof and shoot from the roof of my vehicle. But like the amount of people you see,
intimidating, man.
like the amount of people you see with a phone that's trying to go right up to the bison and take their pictures. Like, what the heck, man? It's ridiculous. Yeah.
I guess like they're more docile than people think, but I'm pretty intimidated when I see a bison.
They're huge, dude. Like,
yeah, I know.
Same with elk. Like I saw an elk one time in Jasper. Like this was like on a family trip with my parents with my family, and I can't remember, like 2017 or something, or 2020, something like that. But anyway, we're driving and Dad's like, there's an elk. So he starts driving on the shoulder to get pictures, and like the rack it had on it, like its antlers, like it was crazy. I was like, Dad, get out of here. And like, I love taking photos of wildlife. I was scared. I was like, it's going to gore the vehicle. Like, get out of here. What are you doing?
Well, you know what I do too when people are pulled over and taking pictures of an elk like that is I honk.
Yeah.
Just
scared away.
Maybe it'll, if it doesn't, maybe it's so used to the vehicles, but maybe it'll buck its head and put a dent in their vehicle, I figure.
Yeah. It was
teach them.
It was crazy, man. Like I'd never seen such a large animal before. It was quite an experience.
I know my buddy shot one last winter here from our base for our softball team, and he was showing me the picture there last at the tournament. I was just like, holy fuck, man. Yeah. The thing made a moose look small. Like, he had a hang from his tractor bucket in the picture, and it's just like unbelievably huge. I couldn't believe it. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad
we don't have elk in Wells.
Yeah. My dad was a park warden in the Jasper area, and he had to deal with some of the things that tourists did. And one time, there was an elk that the tourists had completely surrounded. They'd formed a ring around the elk and were all closing in trying to get pictures. And he said the elk was just snorting and pawing the ground. And so he came up to a few of the tourists on one side of the ring, and he just quietly walked up to them. He said, "Get back in your car," and got a few of them to just open up a little hole in this ring. And as soon as there was a hole, the elk just went charging through that ring. He said they were, it was very close to a disaster. Yeah, some people seem to have no survival instinct or
what the heck
concept of wild animals at all.
The Darwin Award, man, should have been for all of those people. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like I say, they're all a little different. They're all different, you know. And then there's me, like a cow, moose, and calf follow me around like they're my pets.
Oh,
like an entire summer, right? So it's.
I love moose.
They're so smart, the cows.
Mm.
They're very smart. People underestimate them because the males are so horny and stupid.
Oh yeah.
The cows are real smart, and they're sweet, and they
beautiful.
Like she, I'm sure I told you the story, but she figured out that the boat launch because I was working for parks at the Bowen Provincial Park here, Graham, and so we're way back in the bush. You got to take a jet boat to get back there, and she just figured out that was like the noisiest place around, and I went and talked to her, and next thing I knew, she kept getting closer every couple of days, and then she just hang out in the lawn all the time. It's like, no grizzly bears are getting to me here. But it got to the point where, because we had to portage into that camp to get into the next water system, the Caribou River watershed. So we portage in, so you got this wheelbarrow, and the wheelbarrow's got all your food and junk and stuff and things you're gonna need, and maybe this and that, and it's got a little slat in the side that you can put your chainsaw in there. And then I got my backpack with clothes, and I have a cooler attached to that, literally just maxed out with how much weight can I wheel 750 meters? And then I'm going through the Babcock Slough there, and it's deeply forested, rainforest, thick forest, and I hear this crashing coming towards me, and I'm like, Moosey? And she pops out, hey! And I'm like, thank God! Like,
That's great.
there's like giant grizzly bears in the park, right? It's like you just hear this crashing coming towards you, and you're like, I can't move. I hope it's you. And
It's
she's like, hey,
something.
how's it going? You're back for the week. How was your weekend? You know, she's all like, it's so ridiculous. It's a funny animal. But you can break them, and a buffalo, you can break them and ride them like a horse. So they're not the most vicious animals in the world. It's just I haven't seen many buffalo in my life, and I've seen thousands of moose. So
Yeah.
I see a buffalo, I'm like, I don't think I can try to ride that.
Yeah, I grew up near Elk Island National Park, so got to see the bison there all the time, driving back and forth from Vegreville to Edmonton.
Wow.
Yeah, they're big animals.
Yeah. Very intimidating, especially like a mother with a calf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vegreville with the big Pasanka, eh?
Yep.
Yeah. I had well, there's children. I better not explain the experience underneath the Pasanka. It was very good. It was very good. Just seemed like the right thing to do at the moment when we pulled in there. It was like pouring rain so hard, no one was around.
It's a very public place. It's quite open.
Yeah.
You were rain wrapped, as they say, hey?
Yeah, it was a little bit adventurous.
I was gonna say Joey's very public.
Yeah, not that public.
No, not usually.
But there was that time.
Yeah.
There was that time.
Man, yeah, that's actually it's actually a weather vane, a wind vane. Like it actually turns to the wind. That whole egg.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't learn that until fairly recently. How did I not know this? I grew up with this thing.
Yeah.
And who else is from Vegreville? I knew a few people over the years. Maybe Anna Bonbon was. This folk singer, accordion player. She was from Vegreville. I don't think she's lived there in 35 years or whatever, but there's a few people in my life who've been from Vegreville.
It's kind of crazy how like you got some of these towns and like so many famous like sports people or artists or whatever like come from like one town. It's like, wow, what's in your water?
And can I have some?
Yeah, yes, please.
Just what happens when you eat giant eggs.
Oh, aw.
Frankie's all crying here. He's like, I've been inside for 3 hours.
Oh, kitties need cuddles. I love kitties.
He's so good.
Oh,
he's not meowing all the time, but he sleeps like next to my head. Like,
oh,
never had a cat that's like that kind of close.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they hang out for a bit, then they go lay down by your feet. He's like all night, every night in for it. If he's in the house at least.
And the purring, it's amazing.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
He's like the cutest creature because he's like hell bent on killing anything, you know. He's like, but I'm so cute. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Can I go outside for killing? You know
An angel with black wings.
Yeah, it's like, I want to go do some killing now, and he makes these cute chirps. Oh, you know, like, it's like, how can you be so cute but so?
Well, that's probably good though, because probably helps cut down on the mice and stuff, eh?
Absolutely. Yeah, I haven't had any since he moved in.
That's sweet.
I was like getting overrun, and then I was like, he was here for a month. The mice were all killed. You know, and it's a seasonal change. It's probably the same for you, but the seasonal change when the snow just about to start here, suddenly the mice move into everyone's house.
Yeah.
Boom, mice everywhere. Oh,
We had lots in the school I cleaned this year. Had to get the pest control out quite a few times over at Meadows School in Brandon.
Yeah,
but it's weird. The Orkin Poulins, but like this time it was like the opposite. It wasn't during the fall, it was during the spring. But in Manitoba, you know, you get warm and then cold, warm and cold. So
well, the
like,
spring's the other time because they come out of their like wherever they've been hiding
Right.
for the, and they run into it's like the snow kind of suppresses them for a while.
Yeah.
The snow breaks and like cool, we can move back into houses for a while.
And like it's a perfect place, a school. Like recess bell, the doors are open for 10 minutes, letting all the kids back in or out for recess. So that like they just easily sneak in through all the chaos, right?
And all these filthy kids dropping stuff everywhere.
Yeah, there's gross stuff in the school, man. Like, there's been a lot of cockroaches this year, man. I tell you, like, you wouldn't think you'd see cockroaches in schools, but I guess I don't know. The kids bring them home from their house, or like hop in on their backpack or something. It's weird, but
right.
we found a few this year.
This is why I like living at 4,000 feet, 53 degrees north.
Yeah.
There's no ticks. There's no cockroaches. There's no silverfish. There's no fleas here.
Fish flies. Yeah.
No fleas, man. Like, seriously.
Well, I guess you still have the skeeters, the mosquitoes.
Well, yeah.
But...
No seeums out your yin yang. You know, no fleas.
But hey, that's the only thing you got to deal with. It's not bad.
No poisonous snakes. No black widow spiders. No brown recluses.
Dude, they've been finding black widow spiders in like Superstore and Walmart, like in the grapes, because like the grapes and all like the fruit comes from places down south where they have the black widows. So people are posting, "Oh, I found a black widow today in the store in my grapes." It's like, yeah, that's why I don't want to have grapes. I like grapes, but I don't want to go buy them. I don't want to find a black widow.
We do have them wild here in Alberta, in very southern Alberta. I haven't seen any around Drumheller, but like Dinosaur Park area, Medicine Hat area, Lethbridge especially, there's lots down there.
They're all over the dry country in BC.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Kelowna, Kamloops, even Williams Lake. If you're in that dry belt, black widow country.
Okay, not going there, not going there, not going there.
Yeah.
I actually went down to Lethbridge one time and deliberately collected some because I wanted to, I don't know why I got this in my head to do it, but I wanted to see if I could selectively breed them for better colors, because when a female black widow spider, when they're like one or two molts before their final stage, they're actually really colorful. They're not just jet black with the red hourglass. They've got a red stripe down the abdomen with a white border on it, and then little white ticks down the side of the abdomen. So they're actually a really pretty color pattern, but then they lose it when they reach adulthood. So I thought, it probably wouldn't be that hard to selectively breed them so that they could keep those colors into adulthood. So I decided I would do that. So I collected a bunch of males, bunch of females, took them back to my apartment in Calgary, and I thought, okay, I have to do this. I got to be smart about this so I don't end up losing these things in my apartment.
That's only a Graham thing.
Yeah. Chase tornadoes, breed black widows, all the things.
That's awesome, man.
So came up with this way, like, okay, so how am I gonna, I'm gonna breed these black widows, get some egg sacs, then they're gonna hatch, and then I'm gonna have like hundreds of like tiny little spiderlings, right? How do I feed these things? How do I ventilate them and stuff? I ended up working out, if I get a jar and I have it completely sealed, and then I just drill 2 holes in it. One hole I put in a cotton ball, the other hole I put in one of those aquarium air stones and hook it to an air pump. That way I can have air flowing through it, but there's no way the spiderlings can get out, right? Wow. And then I just get those little pinhead, those little 1 week, what do they call them, the pinhead crickets that you can get at the pet store. And living in Calgary at the time, I had access to all these pet stores, so I thought, okay, this will work. And at first it worked pretty well. Had a couple of egg sacs hatch, had a whole bunch of spiderlings, and at first they stayed at the bottom of the jar, but then they gradually made their way up the jar. They kind of would put web up the side of the glass to get higher and higher. And so I thought, okay, well, it's going to be a little bit challenging to opening the jar to feed them, but I should be able to manage it. And then I went away for a weekend, came back, and there were like 3 spiderlings left in the jar.
Oh, no.
Where did they go?
Oh, shoot.
Turns out this jar didn't actually seal properly. I got it from the dollar store, and turns out they could just climb up the threads and just go right out. So so I see one spiderling hanging from the air hose outside the jar. Go into my closet and I pull a t-shirt out of my closet. There's 2 hanging from that.
Oh,
yeah, that was not good.
Oh my goodness!
Eventually, they kind of disappeared.
I love this story.
Walls, but
oh.
That's so good.
I'm not breeding black widows again.
I was gonna say, so how does the story end? You found them all?
No, they kind of disappeared into the walls, and I never heard anything more about it.
That's good.
All I heard after that was screams down the hall.
Yeah. Okay, so now you'll have like the local news stations not wanting to interview you about tornadoes, but like why there's all of a sudden all these black widows in town.
Black Widow outbreak. Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
That would never cross my mind.
We should have had this story during the show. Let's just cut this and
Really?
add it in the show.
Gonna have to ask this one next week. There, yeah.
Yeah.
Graham's on the Graham report.
I think Mark would really like this story.
You would like that one,
Yeah.
yeah. That's definitely some. I've done some weird stuff. So that, you know, and that's the thing is, the stuff that was maybe equally as weird, but completely different. But oh, look, I'm wearing my Vulcan Alberta hat today. Forgot. I have several
nice.
Vulcan hats. The curling club.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's even got the 3. Too bad it doesn't have a Starship Enterprise, but I mean, a couple wheat, grain elevators there. That's good.
Nice hat.
Good by me. Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah.
But make sure you cut the bean off your hat if you're storm chasing
What's that?
to prevent getting electrocuted in the head.
Ooh.
That's how Joey got zapped last year really hard.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what Mark and I figured at least after. It was the leader from the lightning bolt.
Really?
It's like, yo, my head. It felt like my head was on a cattle fence.
Holy.
Yeah, it was freaky, man. Bang! Like,
I might have to get some hats and crank on the Tesla coil and test this hypothesis.
yeah, so just take that bean off there. Take that bean off. But I do have an art project I want to make. I got to talk to my buddy about this because he's a sculptor and he makes these crazy statues. He's got a ranch with a good hill in the back in the piece. And it's like, I want to make an art piece that's a lightning rod. And part of the art piece is that it gets struck by lightning more than anything else around. So,
Wow.
so instead of having to go look for lightning or to get the perfect shot, you set up, a 60-foot tall metal tower with, copper and metal and things underneath the ground running all towards it in every direction. And you have this big, and of course it's got to be like a welded metal sculpture. It's got to have things on it, of different faces or.
Dude, I'm all for more lightning science. This is great. Like we have the Northern Tornadoes Project, Northern Hails Project. Where's the Northern Lightning Project? That would be cool.
It's like lightning. No one cares about it. It's like, how come this storm's not severe? There's 1 million bolts of lightning per minute. They're like,
no. And it's the most dangerous factor of storm chasing.
I know, It's like it's only the thing that'll kill you most likely.
Yeah.
I've
had a
scared of
couple
lightning.
positive strikes real close, and man, you just feel the pressure wave.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah. I think that's about 4 times I got a good jolt in my life now. So it's like a running joke, Graham. Like when there's lightning flying, you don't stand near Joe.
That's like don't stand under a tree. Don't stand under Joey.
Yeah. And
but Joey, I like your sculpture idea. Here's a thought. What about if you put like neon tubes, like gas, noble gases in glass tubes, and then it gets hit by lightning and it all lights up?
If it doesn't explode them, if there's some way to like minimize the amount of energy that comes through. So that's the one thing I've been thinking about. It's like I like to put things on there that will do something when the lightning. That's a better idea than the idea I had. But I had the same sort of idea of like something will do something when it gets hit by lightning. But I was like, man, everything you put there would probably just explode.
Yeah.
Right. So like, how do you minimize? And that's the problem with trying to harness the power of lightning. Is there's no way to really control that aspect of it, like how to trap it, but also how to keep it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we could have unlimited energy by just forcing lightning bolts to hit some converter.
Good idea.
It's like a Posy strike can like light Toronto up for 5 years. Like, how much energy do you need?
Yeah.
There's unlimited energy. That's the thing. Is like, I mean, you're from Alberta, so you probably know more than me, the oil and gas people. But it's like there's no imagination, right? And like the joke I had here is that, back in the days here in Barkerville when they first had an automobile out there somewhere, and the people here, they literally said here, well, the automobile is never going to replace the horse.
Oh my gosh.
That's what people said here, because there's no.
What a bunch of naysayers.
Right? It's like now they're like, well, we're with combustion engine forever. It's like that's the height of human technology. We can never think of something better than that.
What's so funny about that too is like we still measure like cars by horsepower. So
Yeah.
How much horsepower does one horse have? One?
I don't think it is one.
No.
I think
That's
it was
a good
what
question.
I remember reading, like some random factoid that like one horse actually doesn't put out 1 horsepower. I can't remember what it was, but
Interesting.
Does give a 1 horsepower. What even is a horse? What's a horsepower if 1 horsepower isn't the power of 1 horse?
Exactly.
Why is 1 horsepower not the power of 1 horse?
I love
Okay,
this.
well, I think it is. I think it can't, like, the maximum sustained work that some horses can put out does go to 1 horsepower, but their general work that they're putting is 0.7. I'm reading here, and they can peak an output of up to 15 in short bursts of intense activity, like a sprint.
Wow.
Okay.
So that's what it's saying, at least from Science Focus and PetMD guides.
That makes sense.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Does 300 horsepower mean no? 300 horses is the question. No. Does not mean your vehicle has the physical pulling power of exactly 300 live horses. So it's a standard measurement for engine power.
Yeah.
The rate at which the work is done. It was originally coined by engineer James Watt in the 1700s to compare the output of his steam engines.
Oh.
So by traditional 1-to-1 calculation, 1 horsepower is roughly the amount of work a single horse can sustain. A live horse can generate up to 14 or 15 during a short burst, but it's not a 3-1. So 300 horsepower engine does not mean 300 horses are hooked up to your car. Instead, it measures the exact mechanical equivalent of that power output.
Okay. Yeah, very neat.
Yeah, that makes
Anyway,
sense. It's going to be a range.
Yeah. That was a bit of a tangent, but I learned something new.
Yeah. Well, now we're at 9, so we've been on for 2.5 hours. Maybe we should shut her down for a week. And
Yeah, no, that
it's
was
10 here. I should probably get
that was
some
really
sleep.
fun.
we're the last one standing.
Nice to meet you, Graham.
It was fun. Yeah, it was nice to meet you too, Justin.
Oh,
Yeah.
we never got Frankie to say whether or not you're welcome on the show. You are.
Oh, no.
You are. You are. So, yeah,
That's
basically,
great.
like how things kind of run with us is like there's no rules really. So, like, if at any time on a Thursday you feel like, oh, I should pop in and see the guys for 5 minutes, like, there's just no rules. Like,
Or the whole hour.
yeah, you know, they're like, I don't need to know you're coming. There's need to
Yeah.
be you can have your own thing. Generally, everyone goes one by one through a quick report of their area, and we like kind of ask each other questions and whatnot. So it's kind of like an in the round of. It's like I don't know what Justin's gonna say some weeks, but then usually I do because the weather stories have been what they
Yeah.
are, right? But,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I definitely can't commit to weekly. I never know what I'm doing
No.
and got a lot going on. But yeah, I'd certainly be happy to pop in when
That
I
was-
can.
first time we'd seen Mark in a month, for example.
Yeah.
You know,
And
we haven't
I
seen-
like this is different for me because normally like I work during the show, like I work in the evenings, but I'm off because I work in school. It's summer break, right? So
Yeah.
I get off the time that the kids get off. So I'll be on the show for 2 months. That's
I can't
exciting.
believe this. It is.
You're off for storm chasing time too, eh?
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
It's a really good. I really like where I work because of like the schedule. Like I'm free like July and August where it's the most active really in Manitoba. Some days in June I have to miss, but I have a couple personal days that I could use too. So the only thing about those days is that you need to take it off 5 days in advance, like 5 school days. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at trends and be like, well, I think there's going to be like a severe storm 6 days from now, and then like the front could slow down or move faster or.
Yeah.
So it's like a chance you take, but like generally I can be free for most of storm season. So I like what I do. Yeah.
Sometimes Justin shows up at like driving in his car from work at 8 o'clock my time.
Yeah, exactly.
The radio show's already over. He's like, "Hey guys," but you know, it's just like there's just no rules. Just
Yeah.
whenever you feel you got something you want to say to the world or get on the radio airwaves, come on, you're just welcome. You know.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
And,
thanks for having me. Yeah.
We haven't seen Hilding in a while. We haven't seen Karen in a couple weeks. Like we got a bunch of
Yeah.
regulars that kind of come, and sometimes we see them a lot. Sometimes we don't. And
I miss
sometimes
hearing Hilding.
sometimes it's just literally Brandon and Frankie and I.
Yeah.
You know, some weeks. So like, I really try to encourage that to everybody. Like, hey, come whenever you want. but it's not everyone can. That's how it is. But
And
yeah, so it's a
Hilding's
no
the cow
pressure
guy.
show here. The no pressure panel.
I need to hear from Hilding how the farm's doing, how the cattle are doing. We need a
That's
cattle.
probably why we ain't heard from him.
He's probably too busy on the farm.
Yeah, fussing with hay and
Right.
probably already getting a cutoff by this point out there. It's
For sure. Anyway, yeah, nice to see you guys again and have a good week.
best part of my week, except for parenting.
Exactly.
Yeah, hit like, share, subscribe, everybody. Thanks for coming to the show there. I'm glad to see some of you. We'll get the radio episode doctored up tomorrow morning, and we'll get that sent to the stations, and then I'll make clips out of the show and put them on either here or Facebook or both. And then I will put the radio episode itself on the Patreon. That's where I usually put the full radio episode, just so I'm not doubling up on the same channel, the same stuff. And so I have something to give the Patreons every week, just to say, hey, we do this. Okay, well, that's the show for another week, everybody. That's one of the longest episodes we ever had. That shows how much fun we had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, love you, Justin. Nice getting
Love you too. Yeah.
Nice getting to meet you, Tidum. You're awesome, man. Glad you're out chasing. I'm proud
Keep
of
chasing.
you.
Never stop
Yeah.
chasing.
It's
See ya.
like some of us play sports when we're young, and then we're epic at it when we're older. Some of us play music when we're young, and and then we're epic at it when we're older. You've been chasing thunderstorms since you're young. By the time you're old, you'll make guys like Reed Timmer seem like fossils.
Can't wait to see you out there someday, buddy. We'll see you on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See ya.
all right. Nice to meet you, Graham. You're a beauty, buddy.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Everybody
chatting.
in the audience,